Just 2 races to go in the regular season for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series. We're at Richmond Raceway, a scene where 12 months ago it was a last lap pass that created headlines. Austin last year made the dive bomb on Hamlin and Logano, which received him with the ban of playoff points. But still, let's just find out what we're going to have this year. It's crunch time because 2 races mean 2 more chances to lock yourself in, and anything can happen. Let's cross down then to the pre-race ceremonies on USA.
I don't see any team that consistently has race-winning pace. I will say Chase Elliott is the most consistent driver and consistent team, but does consistency get it done? I think you're going to have to win races. I think they all got to step up.
I'm not going to say they have momentum, but I will say they're in a very good place, and that's the 23 team with Bubba Wallace, because they've never been here before.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs before, but it was to the last lap of the last race to lock themselves in. That is an emotional vacuum. You are exhausted heading into the playoffs. Well, he's on a streak of 4 top 10s, including that big win at the Brickyard. He's locked in. He's an emotional style driver anyway, and he's walking a little taller. He's smiling a little more. So I agree with Jeff. Not race-winning pace yet, but for sure has the momentum, I think, will cruise through the round of 16.
My concern for Bubba and others is that when he won that race, the emotion and the stress went down.
Yeah.
That sounds good, but now you got to get it. You got to find a way to get that energy, and that stress with it is going to come back. When we leave Daytona, you now have a mission. You have an opportunity to win a championship. That is stressful. So these last few weeks, that was great. But you're getting ready to get back into the heat of the stress.
And you could argue his teammate Tyler Reddick could use some good momentum as well. Reddick qualified second. Could he get his first win of the season tonight? We'll chat about Michael Jordan's other driver coming up. Countdown to Green is brought to you by Sonic. Live free, eat Sonic.
Pre-race ceremonies. Hello. Pre-race ceremonies are underway then. Let's get the thoughts of our team here today. And that is going to be Josh T alongside Jack. And Matthew Owens is going to be joining us as well very shortly as well. JT, here we are then. Just 2 races to go in the regular season. I'd like to thank Larry Patterson as well for the $1.99 US donation. Thank you very much, my friend, as well. I hope you have a wonderful broadcast with us here today as well. But JT, we're all set then for what I think is going to be a critical weekend. We know last year here how dramatic it got between Austin Dillon as well alongside Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin. It could be just as easy at the end of 400 laps today.
Well, yeah, hello everyone. First of all, Jack has got his cat. Nightmare Dog has just broken into the commentary box studio and he's given me the look. Hello.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so anyway, night racing. Cookout 400 seems like it's the second Cookout 400 this year because there's already Cookout 400 files in the OneDrive from earlier on this year. So it is what it is. 400 laps. What could go wrong in night racing in the US? Well, you don't need me to say what that means for us in the UK 5 hours ahead of you.
Yeah, we're not having a good night, are we? It's going to be another one of these long ones.
I've been home an hour.
Are you joking me?
I have literally been home an hour and 20 minutes. I'm on this broadcast, then I'm editing, then I'm leaving for another raceway.
Why exactly are you... Oh, hello, there's 2 of me. Why are you out so much as well over the past 24 hours? Where are you going?
Because Mendips. Because Banger World Series. Because Final. Because... Yes.
You're that mad?
We have done 1,200 miles since last Sunday.
That's an insane amount of miles, though.
And we've still got tomorrow. Yay.
Fair dues, though. Let's check in as well now with the little Aaron Jack. Hello.
Parachute.
Where's your cat? Is it gone yet?
He is sitting outside the door right now, and I'm not going to let him in because he'll just sit in the doorway.
I don't blame you.
See, now, there's a difference between cat and dog. Cat cannot jump up and absolutely claw at the door handle until it opens. Dog, on the other hand,
we're going to be in for a very weird evening. Okay.
All I can say is he can just sit outside and meow sadly.
If we hear him on the stream, we'll know where your cat is. So, the American flag has landed with the parachuter. The checkered flag has been delivered. Let's head down for pre-race ceremonies.
These tires have slowed down 3 seconds in 40 or 50 laps. If you get this wrong, you are going to look like you are tied to one of these light posts. They're going to be going by you so quick.
Going to be talking about pit stops and strategy all night long, but what we won't talk about, the weather. It is perfect here in Richmond for this sold-out crowd. Time for tonight's pre-race ceremonies here from Richmond.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Virginia Military Institute Corps of Cadets Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Executive Director of Texas-Virginia Chaplaincy Relations, Todd Cumbie.
Will you join with me as we pray? Heavenly Father, we gather this evening as we thank you for this beautiful setting, the warm setting, to enjoy an exciting race here in Richmond. We thank you for the honor guard from the Virginia Military Institute as they represent the men and women of the armed forces who are serving gallantly around the world. We thank you for their service. We also thank you for the first responders that are providing for the safety of the race fans and the race teams who are here tonight. We ask, Lord, that you would help each of us to honor and respect one another as we enjoy the thrill of racing around this historic track. Be with the drivers and race teams as they strive for victory. In the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Henrico Police Acoustic Blue.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, of the
This is it, one of 2 final shots to lock up a spot in the 2025 Cup Series playoffs. We'll get the engines fired here in Richmond next on USA.
Yep, engines will be fired next, but what does it mean to race at this circuit here at Richmond? It's our second Cookout 400 of the year, and it is tight, twisty, but this is a circuit which always provides the high drama. It's the perfect penultimate round of the playoff season. 400 laps ahead of us here at Richmond Raceway as well. And this is going to be something else entirely. Matthew Owens will be joining the commentary team shortly as well, so we'll get ready for all of the action here. Engines will be firing shortly, and then we will begin for this one. Stage 1 is going to be at 70 laps as well to take into it. Stage 2 will take us to lap 230, and then it'll take us the last distance as well towards the end. JT, coming to you. This time last year, it was a dramatic battle throughout the race as well between Austin and Hill, as we said, as well, battling hard and fast. But what are we going to be expecting to see as we go into the night here this evening? It's clear sky. That's good, though. It's a short track, so we do have the intermediate tyre option if it rains. But, 2 races to go to the playoffs in what has already been a chaotic season. And SVG winning last weekend now puts him level with Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, absolutely. The absolute beautiful thing of the should NASCAR be on road courses?
Yes.
And that absolute amazing debate, which will always go down well or not well, and well, it'll always be a debate. Nothing will ever change that unless if something happens to it, because guess what? The fans are never happy, depends on whatever happens. But it is what it is.
I think as well, Jack, it is what it is. It's been a talking point for the whole week as well, hasn't it? Especially around the fans saying, oh, SVG, you know, we're getting bored of his domination, blah, blah, blah. They all can't keep up. That's not SVG's fault. That's the car's fault. That's the driver's fault. He's come here with racing experience.
Tell the drivers to get better.
Yeah, I mean, were we having to go and chase Elliott?
SVG's fault that he's better than everybody else on a road course. And he is beatable, in my opinion. I fully believe he is a beatable driver. He didn't win at Kota. But,
He didn't, no.
you know, it's not his fault that everyone else is just not as good as him.
I'll throw something else your way, Jack, on this one. Connor Zilic, going to be on the Cup Series calendar next year, which includes road courses. He's going to have to be one to watch, isn't he?
Absolutely. He's one of the best talents I've seen in NASCAR for a long time, to be honest. Super quick driver, especially on the road courses. Of course, was runner-up, I think, in 2022 in the Mazda MX-5 Cup. Has some Trans Am wins. Won the 24 Hours of Daytona in his class, I think, last year. Definitely one to watch on road courses, but also showing strength on the ovals.
Well, the beautiful thing about this place at Richmond is that every year we come here, something seems to happen. Some dramatic change in the championship lineup, and going into whether it was the regular season back in the day, even going into the chase, and now coming here as well for the penultimate race before the playoffs. This track delivers, and delivers hard. It's time to fire up the engines then and get ready for the Cookout 400 for the second time this year, and for the first time it's going to be here at the wonderful Richmond Raceway. Let's head back to our colleagues at USA.
The Virginian Hall of Famer with 23 career wins 2 times here at Richmond Raceway doesn't get you fired up. When he talks about the action track, I don't know what will. And Dave, the idea of the action is you want to be on the right side of it. That's what the 45 cars are for tonight.
Well, Steve, Tyler Reddick's son, Bo, started kindergarten this week, but Dad hopes to graduate to the playoffs in 2 races. He starts on the front row tonight, and that's good because NASCAR Insights has him ranked 2nd in defense on these types of tracks. But is 117 points to the cut line safe at this point? His crew chief says, no, we can't be complacent. We've got to win tonight. Kim.
Well, Dave, yesterday, A.J. Allmendinger qualified 3rd, his best starting position of the year. When I checked in with him earlier today, he said they surprised themselves a little with the qualifying effort. He said it's by far the fastest car they've ever had at Richmond, but there was a caveat. While the car had pace, he said they didn't get the balance quite right. So, Marty, they are hoping they made the correct adjustments for tonight's race.
Well, that whole RCR and Collet camp has been very strong. You know, Steve, this has been a very hit-or-miss track for that driver, Chase Elliott. How do you feel about his chances to get his first Richmond win tonight?
He's old school behind the wheel. It was only till last week that he fell outside the top 20. I said it about Denny Hamlin. I'll say it about Chase Elliott. This has got an old school feel. Even the crowd knows it, so why not Chase Elliott?
And another driver, Christopher Bell. You got to wonder if tonight could finally be his night here at Richmond as well. Time to get the engines cranked here at Richmond.
Richmond Raceway. Give a big NASCAR welcome to Cookout representative Rue Reeves. Tonight, he is here to say those most famous words in motorsports. Take it away, Rue.
Driver, start your engine!
Folks, it is such a gorgeous night here at Richmond Raceway. I cannot even describe it. So what could be stressful about it to anybody? Well, I'll tell you what, if you ask Alex Bowman, he'll tell you I stress myself out about everything all the time. I just wish I could turn the stress out. Well, brother, 400 laps at Richmond is probably not going to do that for you because he has to stay ahead in points as he's been and try to make his way to the playoffs in the next 2 races. 400 laps coming up right here in Richmond.
Let's check it around this circuit then and see why Richmond is so dramatic, so critical a race. As well, as we said earlier, 400 laps ahead of us. It's live here on JB Motorsports for all of the action. JT, can we quickly before we get that intro coming in as well? The sun setting, cool temperatures. This is going to be a fantastic first stage with the sun setting. They're going to get faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, absolutely. As the lights are already on here around the raceway, which is quite often the case when the race starts in the daylight but then ends in the night, unlike other stuff in the UK where at times you're in the middle of the race and boom, the lights come on. A wild Matthew Owens has appeared.
Hello.
Hey, we can't hear JB.
Oh,
it's the best
there
time
we
of
go.
my life. Oh.
There we go, I'm here. Hello Matthew, how you doing?
Very good. Hope everyone is. Are you hearing me correctly, or do I need to?
Unfortunately, oh, did I say that out loud? Oh.
I think I'm hearing you loud enough.
Yeah, you're perfectly clear on my audio, so you're good.
I am seeing JB double right now, and I'm concerned.
Why are you seeing me double?
Because I don't know
One
if
thing
it'll.
surely enough.
I don't know if it'll come up on here. Hold on. I'm seeing you.
Oh, I'm
It
on the
won't
stream deck
come
as
up.
well.
But yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Matthew!
I've got Birch, Matthew, and Birch again because apparently you are repeating on my stream deck for some reason.
You need me twice, don't you? Let's check in. Here we go. Time to get going. We're all set for what is going to be an all-time classic. Welcome to Richmond Raceway. It's the Cookout 400. 2 races to go in the regular season. And it's time for tempers to get high. Welcome to JB Motorsports' coverage of the fastest sport on earth. And we are getting ready to go racing into the night here at Richmond. Well, hello everybody. I'm Joshua Birch. Alongside me in the commentary box is Matthew Owens and Josh Turner. Down there's also with us as well is Jack as we get ready for this action as well. Well, Matthew, let's make up with you first of all. What a classic race you had at Watkins Glen. What a busy weekend as well. Connor Zilic winning in style in the Xfinity Series race after SVG got punted into the wall. Then he got himself punted onto the ground and SVG dominated on the Sunday in a crazy race. You had it all last week.
It was a wild weekend, a wild Watkins Glen weekend, and great to have you guys with us here on USRN tonight as well. This is going to be a fun one, as you've talked about, from a traditional road course in NASCAR to now a traditional short track in NASCAR. This racetrack that's been online with the NASCAR calendar for decades upon decades, now back to what many people view it as its rightful place on the calendar, towards the end of the regular season, and most importantly on a Saturday night. And with just one date at Richmond this year, the crowd has turned out. It's a sellout crowd tonight. It is a playoff kind of atmosphere for this penultimate race of the regular season.
And that regular season is getting very feisty indeed. We've updated our battle screen for you as well to take a look at the point standings. William Byron is on 835. He leads the regular season by just 33 points to Chase Elliott. But then if you look further down towards the cut line, that's where things get interesting as well, because annoyingly, actually in contention for that, Kyle Busch is on the line as well coming into it, Matthew. It's all changing up, not the way we expected in what has been a very crazy season for NASCAR.
No doubt about it. And you've got this unbelievable race for the regular season championship as well, coinciding with the race to make the playoffs. But it is quite clear with just 2 races left. Everyone from 18th on back, so Kyle Busch back, they have to win one of these next 2, tonight or next Saturday night in Daytona. They cannot point their way in. The only one below the cut line that could point their way in is Ryan Preece. Of course, he's on pole. But 6 of the top 10 starters tonight do not have a win this season. We had an upset in this race last year, along with all the controversy. Could we have another upset tonight with guys like Preece, Keselowski, Allmendinger, and so on, starting so close to the front?
Ryan Preece taking it, of course. That was the big surprise coming from qualifying, JT, and I think that's what everybody's looking forward to. It's an unpredictable man on the first row of the grid going into the position. What a crazy start as well, but that's what this track delivers.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, everyone, once again. As cars are rolling, I can give you the news that after the issues fixed, as the cars were starting to roll, the 48 team has made it out in time and will take its bid position. I believe it was an issue with one of the mirrors as well on that car, or something to do with a mirror of some sort. But the 48 out on track, got out in time, and well, it's that time of the season in NASCAR where it all gets a little bit chaotic because someone decided the playoffs was a good idea, but I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to get into NASCAR politics, if you want to call it that.
NASCAR politics certainly is quite an interesting one. Let's say hello to Jack. Jack, Richmond last year, we were both at the edge of our seats shouting like crazy at the brilliant move that we saw Austin pull off. It was ballsy, it was controversial, but are we going to be expecting something like that tonight? Because if you want to fight, you come to Richmond.
Calling that a move is certainly a generous term, but probably the most egregious thing I've seen the 3 driver do since Dale Earnhardt was in it. But anyway, looking forward to what I think could be an exciting race. I think we got the same tyre package that we had at Bowman Gray, which I'd say the tyre wear was pretty good, especially at Richmond last year where we had the option tyre, which worked really well. I am the one person I think in this commentary box who is not surprised about how well Ryan Preece did in qualifying. I was not surprised at all he took pole. He ran the modified race on Thursday. I think he got 8th place. So, yeah, he had that extra track experience. Really looking forward to this race, though. All I can think about, though, is that when was that race? It was in the COT era, where there were like 5 retaliations in one race, and Brian Vickers got parked.
Matthew, do you remember that, Oracle?
If you're talking about the same one where Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson kept trading blows, that would be in 2011.
Yeah, I hope we get that.
Look, all I'm saying is... Go on.
Certainly entertaining.
What,
it's also the only time Jimmy has ever retaliated against anyone, and he executed it terribly.
It's 12:38 here in the UK right now. AM. We are
to go at the line.
Thank you. We are in the night shift, and let's just say, if there's one... Well, to be fair, we've got 3 races coming up where if you want to stay up late, it is Richmond, Daytona in the summer, and then Darlington. Matthew, this 3 races we're going to have is going to, I think, shape the season.
It absolutely is. These next 2 are enormous. You can love the playoffs, you can hate the playoffs. One thing that you cannot deny is what the playoffs give you is, as the races click off and we get closer to the end of the regular season, the intensity level is as high as it will be all season long. And that is mirrored by this incredible sellout crowd that we have. This is the first time Richmond's been sold out in a long, long time. This is just the jolt that this racetrack needed. and this should be a terrific night.
Here we go. So, the Cookout 400 for the second time this year. Drama is guaranteed. Just 2 races left in the regular season here in Richmond and then next week at Daytona. In exactly round about 7 days' time, we will know who is locked in going into the round of 16 and the playoffs. It's time to begin. This is fantastic racing on the line. Short track action. 70 laps for stage 1. 400 ahead of us. Ryan Preece on pole. The green flag falls and we are racing in Richmond. Good start from Ryan Preece. He's defended that middle line well. The 45 Tyler Reddick conforms in second. And as we expected, Matthew AJ Allmendinger holds him for third.
Are really good at this racetrack, doesn't get talked about a lot. They stack it up 3 wide, middle of the pack. William Byron around the outside of Chris Buescher and Austin Dillon. Byron in the first one to test that upper lane, sweeps up out of turn number 4 and picks up those spots as Ryan Preece leads lap 1. Tyler Reddick faces pressure further back from AJ Allmendinger.
And look at Chase Elliott stuck in the middle as well as Brad Keselowski goes to the high line, almost goes straight in towards the wall as well. I can see Logano struggling further back. He had a poor qualifying as well. He's down in 36th position and he's already struggling in the mid-pack. There's Bubba Wallace just holding off now, trying to locate for 5th position now as Elliott goes down low, Keselowski goes up high, and that's a trio. I don't like being side by side that often. Elliott's on the low line trying to hold it through. Bubba's already drifting up towards the track and Keselowski's past the pair of them right round the outside, Matthew, and that was critical. He doesn't want to be side by side with these two on a short lane track.
Shoulder to shoulder to shoulder, those 3 ran for well over a lap. Keselowski makes the pass, but still has Wallace right underneath his rear spoiler. Chase Elliott dives it hard under braking to turn 1. He'll get back to the left elbow of Keselowski, and they'll shoot down the backstretch. Wheel to wheel for the 5th position as they dive back into turn 3, trying to battle themselves for 5th while looking ahead at Denny Hamlin going after AJ Allmendinger.
It's comical that 6 and 9 are side by side as well, trying to battle out to who's going to be on top. Denny Hamlin just ahead as well to come into that one. Allmendinger's just stayed behind as well with Reddick, and then Preece now getting an advantage at the front. They're still 2 by 2 for the back. What have you made of it, JT?
Yeah, good clean start at the moment, and I've probably said it now, so if you see a certain colour in the next couple of laps, it wasn't me. As we cross the line once more, still Preece out in front, Reddick and Allmendinger. Hamlin in 4th, a lot of people looking at Hamlin for a possible win. On board with Joey Logano, who is currently in 35th position. He was one of the 2 cars to start at the rear, the other just in front of him, the 34 as well, having to start from the rear. But we cross the line once more with the 45 and the 16 side by side.
Yep, and that's the 45 going down low as well. AJ Allmendinger in the 16 is going to try and have the better advantage, and believe me, he is not somebody who's come back off nicely. We've seen him in the Xfinity Series have a number of wild and daring overtakes as well, especially last season. And Matthew, I've got just a feeling here that AJ is going to be on the attack. He wants some stage wins, and he too wants to be in those playoff situations.
A lot has been made this week about the speed that Richard Childress Racing had in this race last year. Well, Colleague Racing has that partnership with RCR, so it is not shocking to see Allmendinger have the speed that he's had this week, and he has pulled ahead of Tyler Reddick and cleared himself ahead of Reddick as Allmendinger moves up into the 2nd position behind Ryan Preece, who continues to lead from the pole, working lap number 9. So it's Preece and Allmendinger, 2 drivers below the cut line, 1st and 2nd here off the start.
Jack, I'm enjoying this one already, but they're already now going to start calming it down. You mentioned the same tyres. We've got a Bowman Grey for this track as well, so degradation's going to be high. What have you made of the start? Typical Richmond?
Yes, typical Richmond, as we see Carson Hocevar now on the inside of William Byron. Can he make the move? No, Byron has held him off, but Hocevar's going to dive back in there as well. Also, I am watching the Cars Tour race as well, so I've got to have one eye on one race and one eye on the other. Dale Jr. is in the Cars Tour race, by the way, in the late model stock division, for those interested.
Keep us up to date with that. It's foolish, Matthew, that they've put the 2 side by side, but of course NASCAR doesn't really race on a Saturday that often. It's usually Xfinity.
Yeah, that is kind of the struggle when you have a cup race on a Saturday night, but I think everyone does love that Richmond is back to a Saturday night race. Sunday night, remember last year out of the Olympic break, as Ryan Preece continues to lead. This is the 9th race that he has led this season, and we talk about the surprise of him winning the pole, or maybe what shouldn't be such a surprise, because as Jack mentioned, he's run so well on this track and short tracks for his career, but he had never qualified inside the top 10 here at Richmond before winning the pole yesterday, looking good up front early on. Here's Austin Cindric further back, trying to break around the outside of Alex Bowman. Can't make that pass, however, as Bowman, one of these guys, JB, that does not want to see Ryan Preece or a winless driver win this race, because if they do, Bowman gets pushed down to the bubble heading to Daytona next weekend.
And that is somebody who I don't think would have the nerve to hold out at Daytona to try and battle to get in before the bubble for the round of 16. He's not somebody who's had a perfect season. He really should have had a victory a couple of times, but it's backed out on him as well. We were all thinking Cota, weren't we, as well? But Bell got that one, and unfortunately the 48 didn't have a very good day back in the 3rd round of the season at the Circuit of the Americas. Meantime, at the front, Michael says, first time chat here. I hope Preece gets his first win today, says Michael. Glad to have you, my friend. And then Richard's here saying, Cookout has some outstanding food. They really do, don't they, Matthew? I think you could attend to this more being American.
Well, it's right in this region, too. North Carolina, Virginia, the Southeast, yeah. Everybody loves Cookout, especially the milkshakes, the burgers, the hot dogs, all of it. Everyone
sounds
loves
like a
it.
dream to me. Love my milkshakes, man.
This region loves Cookout, that's for sure. Just want to circle back to what you guys were talking about earlier with the tire degradation here and the tire package that Goodyear has brought. This is the same tire that we've had on all the short track races this season. So that's Bowman Gray and North Wilkesboro, the exhibitions, and then Bristol, Martinsville, and Iowa, the 3 points races, points-paying short track races. So it's the same tire, so the teams are very used to this compound of tire on a short track this season. But Richmond, this surface is very old, it's very worn out, and this is certainly not the surface of Richmond of old. You would watch the old Richmond races and the surface would like shine because of the really dark sealant that they had on the racetrack. That is certainly no more here at Richmond. So tire degradation is going to be a big story in this race, particularly in the last 2 stages, being that this first stage is only 70 laps. They should not have to pit. In fact, they will not have to pit for fuel in this stage if it goes green to the end. But if we get a caution in the middle portions of this stage, it'll be very interesting to see who comes to pit road and who stays out, if anyone, and what 4 fresh tires are worth tonight.
A lot, I would say. We saw last year on short track racing how critical the tyre wear problem was. And I'm just hoping for no blowouts as well, because we've had a couple of those for Goodyear over the past few weeks as well, most notably, of course, on the higher speed circuits to come through as well. And for some reason, my phone has just exploded with 4 messages from JT to come through, and then loads of messages coming through here.
Let me guess Discord being Discord.
Oh, hello, that's contact.
Joey.
Joey Logano into Jesse Love, who then pinballed up and into Riley Herbst. We knew Logano was going to be aggressive here off the start, starting last. Joey, who the coulda, shoulda, woulda winner of this race last year, had it not been for Dylan's double dumper. But Logano trying to move up through the field as quickly as he can from his last starting position. Where is he now? He's up to 32nd, and will be in danger if this stays green for a number of laps. Will be in danger of perhaps going a lap down.
Oh, I've just seen why JT said as well about IndyCar and drag racing as well, having a go at me. It's like, that wasn't my fault. NASCAR may not be, but it's still there. I just needed a saying at the start of the races coming into it as well. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just reading the same thing. My goodness me. Also, Michael says in the chat, also, Allmendinger running second was not on my bucket list. I don't think anything was like this. It's completely unpredictable at the front of the field. It's the underdog day.
And, you know, this is going to be, or at least it should be, most people are expecting it to be your classic comers and goers race because of it starting. It's still very hot. I know the sun is not fully up, but it's very hot, high 80s. Before the race is up, ambient temperature is going to be in the mid-70s. With this track surface and the tire that we just talked about, we do anticipate plenty of comers and goers as the night goes on. So let's see if the speed that the 60 and the 16 and the 6 and so on are showing here early, if that's going to stand up as the night goes on. And speaking of Joey Logano being aggressive, JB, he's between cars on the backstretch.
Bush on the high line, and he's battling with Chastain, who's knocking into him. Chastain's not wanting to let Logano through nicely. Bush has gone high up the line, and Logano was drifting in between them. And the problem is as well, I think it was Connor Zinich who said this in the week about how the Cup cars, there's no slide to them anymore. They're just like continually stuck down to the ground with the rear downforce. And now we've got the situation where here tonight on the softer tyre of the compounds, the rear's stepping out, but the drivers are overcorrecting. So we've got the situation where they're knocking into each other, but they're not meaning to knock into each other. They're having to overcorrect the steer that they're getting from the slip of the tyre. It's not the slip of the car.
Yeah, that is a good point from young Connor, and he is right. We don't see as much of the rear stepping out with this car as much as we do just four-wheel slides, where just the whole car slides up the racetrack. But I think we're going to see a little bit of that tonight because of the surface, because of the tire like we were talking about. And the corners, these corners are so difficult. You've got 12 degrees of banking in the corners, and these straightaways, 8 degrees of banking on the front, basically tabletop flat on the back. It's really hard to get on the throttle and accelerate the car straight out of these corners. This is a racetrack where you have to roll the center. You cannot abuse those rear tires, as Denny Hamlin, the betting favorite to win this race tonight, takes over the third position, passing one of the cars that he owns in Tyler Reddick, so that's Hamlin up to third.
Beautiful move as well around the outside at 1 and 2, and completed that move coming into the backstretch at 3. But turn 1 and 2 here on the low line, incredibly patched, as you were talking about earlier on, Matthew, as well. So that's going to be a different grip for the drivers. And this circuit, I think, best described as, it's the type that the drivers have to be patient at. And patience and NASCAR drivers don't seem to go hand in hand that often. So it's a real mental struggle, this race. It always seems like you're watching one of the slowest. But I agree with what Nathan's put in the YouTube chat here, saying, I love night racing. There's a different energy to it. And it was the same as what we saw earlier on, as Byron dives into the pit lane early on.
Wow, this is surely an unscheduled stop here from the 24.
Here you go, Steve. Rudy Fugle making the call to bring William Byron down pit road with 39 to go in stage 1. Very likely the scuffed set of tires that he used in qualifying went on there for William Byron, who said he was literally drifting on entry way tight in the center. So you wonder if this is going to bring other teams down pit road, Steve.
Okay, so they've put the scuffed set of tires on. That's an interesting call because he said he was drifting on all 4 wheels. And Matthew, that's exactly what you were on about a few minutes ago, about how it's not just the rear stepping out, it's the car completely going up. And if you watched us yesterday in the practice and qualifying coverage that we had here on JBM, as now Larson dives down pit road as well.
Wow.
They were drifting up into the barriers. We had a couple of cars hit the wall. So Larson dives in as well now.
Kyle Larson pitting from near the back of the field. Remember, they had a terrible qualifying effort. We're afraid of going a lap down. They will make a chassis adjustment. We're still trying to get that balance better for Kyle. So does definitely look like a Hendrick Motorsports plan to split this stage in half.
That's a surprise, Matthew. Very big surprise.
And here's Ty Dillon coming to pit road too. I find this to be very surprising. This is a 70-lap stage. If everybody stays out, this could really backfire for these guys. We've never seen this in a short first stage at Richmond. Guys pitting under under green. This is a total different turn from these crew chiefs trying to pull out something different. Kyle Busch also in.
I think Hamlin's coming in too, as well as Bell and Wallace. Let's go down pit road.
Here comes Eric Jones for Legacy Motor Club. That car has been decent this weekend. They knew that they had to, though, go forward. And being in the back of the pack, they had to take on this strategy as well, Marty, splitting the stage in two.
Denny Hamlin comes to a sliding stop in his pit stall, pitting from the third position. I can confirm these are the qualifying scuffs for Denny Hamlin going on the car. So the car was just way too tight at the 1/3 mark, a little bit longer on the left rear. And right behind him, Chris Buescher comes to pit road. That'll be stickers for Buescher, Kim.
Yeah, Austin Dillon already finished up his stop. Can also confirm qualifying scuffs on the 3 of Austin Dillon as we see him leaving pit road after that stop.
Okay, so apparently the fall-off is so big that they're having to be forced into this, but Ryan Preece didn't think this would happen, so the race lead is now going to get caught out by this. Matthew?
Well, Tyler Reddick also pitting here. That was stunning to hear that they put stickers on Chris Buescher's car. Why you would burn a pair of sticker tires for what's only going to be about a 33-lap run to the end of the stage, that is shocking to me. Austin Cindric pitting, this whole thing is shocking to me. Like I said, we've never seen this in a short stage like Richmond for these guys to be splitting a 70-lap stage, and I can't wait to see if anyone is going to try to go opposite this and not pit during this stage. Ty Gibbs also in. Preece, Elliott, Keselowski, Bowman, Hocevar has not yet pitted. This is fantastic to see. This oddball strategy played by a bunch of crew chiefs up and down pit road.
JT?
My mic,
yes,
once again, my mic was unmuted. I had to mute and re-unmute it because Discord being Discord. Kyle Busch has said his car wants to spin out in the turns and describes it like the right rear geometry is broke. Kyle Larson has told Cliff Daniels that he thinks he's just too tight, so some adjustments have been done there in pit road. But interesting to see that many teams going on to their qualifying scuffed tyres for the remainder of this stage. 10 over the wall too soon. That's for the tail of the field for the number 10. 3 members over the wall too soon. Other than that, all clear. And never mind, Ty Gibbs has been too fast on pit road in section 1.
Oh, got a problem here as well with the 34. That's just come out of the pit lane. Tom Gilliland side by side with the 51 on the track as well, Matthew. And that was almost running together. But he, of course, his tyres haven't been temperature yet.
So Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick just overtook Ryan Preece. AJ Allmendinger's going to. Ryan Preece looks like he is running in slow motion compared to these guys. So here's the problem for Ryan Preece and crew chief Derek Finley. They have already been caught out on this. They cannot pit now because there's no point in it. It would be too late. They would fall out of the top 10. The problem with staying out now is he is getting passed so easily and so quickly. A stage win means everything to this 60 team because of where they are in the playoffs, but I'm not sure this is going to work out for them at all. Too many laps to go on their very worn tires with everyone else on scuffs here flying past him. I think Derek Finley and the 60 team have really been caught out here. And this is not going their way. Honestly, their best chance right now is to get a caution, to get a bunch of guys caught a lap down, then they can pit under yellow and get fresh tires on themselves.
Matthew, it's 2 seconds lap faster. Ryan Preece has that time 25.3. Just a good pass to Denny Hamlin, 23.7. It's massive change.
This is an incredibly creative strategy by all of these crew chiefs. We have 6 drivers that have not stopped. Ryan Preece, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Carson Hocevar, Michael McDowell, and Justin Haley. So basically, the leader, 2 Hendrick cars, and all 3 of the Spire cars have gone against this strategy. I don't think it's going to work out for them because already Denny Hamlin is about a third of a lap from Ryan Preece after unlapping himself, and we still have 24 to go in this stage. This is incredible.
This race is changing again. Still only Ryan Preece has led this race all 46 laps, but Elliott 3 seconds behind him. Watching Hamlin, who's only 16 seconds behind him. Now 15 seconds as Haley's starting to jot down the timing screen now as well. So the number 7 in a bit more trouble to come into it. I'm trying to work out if they can make it 45 of 70 with traffic as well. It's touch and go. This is a bold strategy. This is a bit, but then you were right, they got completely caught out. Ryan Preece himself in the race middle said they will not stop in this stage. They have done so.
Yeah, this is pretty staggering decision by a lot of these crew chiefs, and a lot of them kept this very close to the vest because we heard nothing about a plan like this during the week. So they've kept it very close to the vest here. And you mentioned Hamlin, about 2 seconds a lap faster than Preece right now. You can do the math. He's 12 seconds behind him. It should only take him about 6 laps to catch him, and we have 22 to go in this stage. This is not going to work out for Ryan Preece. Not only is he not going to win the stage at this rate, he's probably not going to be top 5 in the stage at this rate.
JC.
Just having a look further down the field, Austin Dillon, Cindric, Byron, Blaney and Berry have all just unlapped themselves. Lap comparison, as you just mentioned, Preece ran a 25.7, Briscoe a 23.0. 2.7 seconds slower is Preece to Briscoe.
And we saw a second ago as well, Jack, a shot in the pit lane. The tyre and the literal shredding line on the inner circle. That was close to blowing as well, wasn't it? It's what we were talking about earlier on about how it's getting tricky here.
Yeah. That's bigger tyre fall off than I ever expected to see. I thought it was going to be noticeable. I didn't think it would be that. Geez, we got an interesting race here. Also, the Cars Tour race went under red flag briefly. You won't believe why though.
Oh, go on.
Flag stand damage.
What? How on
One of the cars mounted the wall briefly, and a part of it hit the flag stand. Thankfully, Taylor Hull is okay and out of the car.
I've never heard.
Oh, welcome to late model for you.
That reminds me of earlier on in the season.
They didn't even red flag the NXT race, did they? When the wheel hit the flag stand, or did they? I can't remember.
I don't remember it having.
No, I don't think they did.
No, it wasn't red flag. No.
Yeah, I know for a fact that they abandoned the meeting after the flag stand incident at Northampton a couple of months ago, and rightly so.
Well, if I remember correctly, it wasn't there anymore.
Let's just say that the meeting after that, there was a new flag stand put in.
Hamlin's now up to third, by the way. His last lap time, 23.091. So he's getting faster and faster now to 24.7. But Ryan Preece, 26.1. Let's go down to the pit lane with Marty.
Call that blading on the inside of the right front, Steve, and it's pretty much all the way around this right front tire for Brad Keselowski, who again went a little bit further than everybody else. 42 laps on that tire. Is that a concern if you're Jeremy Bullins?
Actually, it's really not. I know it looks awful. I think that'll improve a little bit as the night goes on. It also improves a little bit the longer you run. I would be concerned if there was chunks missing, but just the actual little bit of cuts you see just in the tread, it's uncomfortable. And I'm not sure I would want to see it if I was a driver, but I've seen it before as a crew chief. You see the tire specialist right there measuring actually how much rubber is left on the tire. 72. The battle continues for what I think will eventually be the win of the stage between Hamlin and Reddick.
Only 72% though was left on that little tire. I was turning my head to see it. That's not enough to come into it. But I don't know, if a tire's blistering that bad after, what was it, 42? No, that's a real worry to actually get to the end of this race if we're going to start running out of tires.
It's very interesting because, as you mentioned, the second and third stages are so much longer than this first stage, so you would have to run longer to then split the stage as Hamlin and Reddick engulf Chase Elliott on his old tires. So Hamlin and Reddick move to second and third on the racetrack. And Reddick gets right to the bumper cover of Denny Hamlin and moves to his left elbow going to turn 3. And as you heard Steve Letarte say right there, this is likely going to be the battle for the stage win between these two, Hamlin and Reddick, the two Toyota Camrys across the line, side by side, and still galloping up on our race leader Ryan Preece as they come off of turn number 2.
So this is going to be a 3-wide maneuver. It's going to be like we see in Formula 1 back in Spa as Hamlin hits the wall and down the inside, taking 2 into 1. Reddick takes the lead of the race.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, Hamlin sort of got held up there, didn't he? And now he's going to go through on Preece.
Well, Reddick used Preece as a pick perfectly, but how much did Hamlin damage his car when he scraped the wall off of turn 2? Did it break a toe link? Did it break anything with that car? We know how easy it is to break a toe link with this next-gen car. It wasn't a hard hit, but it was certainly a hit.
It was the rear right that got the most absorption from it. Just got offline, and it's how dirty that exit traction out of the corner is coming as well out of 2, and Reddick was perfect with that line as well. Preece down into 3rd place, already being caught by AJ Allmendinger. What do you make of it, Jack?
Yeah, that might be a little bit of damage there for Hamlin. That was a decent whack into the wall. But Reddick essentially using Ryan Preece as a blocker almost to go for that move. Incredibly smart move, whether it was planned or not, I highly doubt that, but yeah, very good. And here goes Bubba Wallace. This is literally
Ryan Preece on old tires is a moving chicane right now. I'm not even sure if he's going to finish top 10 in the stage.
This is like watching the 2019 Williams getting lapped in Formula 1.
Just round it goes. Like. Elliott's even struggling.
The funny thing is that with 15 laps to go, this is what came over the Ryan Preece radio from Derek Finley. 15 to go, we're still leading. Do you want to say that again?
Yeah, they are now down in 8th position, so Matthew's point of case might be right as well. Tom Cairns is here in the chat saying evening to everybody.
Who?
Tom Cairns. I must admit, though, the most thing I'm interested in right now is how many members of the JB Motorsports crew are still awake at this time of night. It's quite shocking.
And no, I am not pinging every single commentator in the chat to find out, because I will be slaughtered.
You probably will be. But I know of at least...
Everyone.
Well, there's us here. Omi's still awake.
But probably in bed.
Yes, that's true. Tom's awake, and I know that Nina was still awake as well. So she's probably spying on us as well.
And me.
Well, I know you're here. You're here.
I'm always awake at this time.
That's true. So, coming in then with 5 to go in stage 1 of the Cookout 400. Tyler Reddick is the leader, but he's pulled out 2.2 seconds to Denny Hamlin. Bubba Wallace is in 3rd place. Matthew, this is great for Bubba with playoff points coming in as well. He's already locked in, but it helps out.
And Kyle Busch way up high in turn 4. Darrell Wallace Jr. on a spectacular run. His average finish over the last 4 races is 5.5, and the 4 prior it was 28th. As NBC are giving us a look at Kyle Busch going way up high. Just kept it off the wall. But by the way, this stage win, guys, is enormous for Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick mathematically could clinch his playoff spot tonight if there is not a new winner. He came in 117 points above the cut line. All he has to do tonight, if there's not a new winner, is be 61 points or more above the cut line, and he will have clinched his playoff spot. So these 10 points for a stage win would be huge for him, which he is only now 2 laps away from doing.
Stage 1 is going to be complete in quite some fashion as well. There is Austin Dillon, who this time last year was, how do we describe being the most hated man in NASCAR for an evening as well? Bubba might be now. Hamlin down low, up high, coming in as well as Ty Dillon. This is to be lapped, by the way. Go on, Matthew.
well, Hamlin's certainly struggling with his car since he hit the wall there, so Wallace takes second as Reddick starts the last lap of the stage, and you mentioned Austin Dillon has come right up to fourth here at the end of this stage, and might have a chance to take third from Hamlin as we watch Reddick race his way to turn number 3, heading towards the stage victory.
So Tyler Reddick then will go round the outside of Jesse Love in the 33 and take the green checkered flag and win stage 1 of the Cookout 400 here at Richmond Raceway. Caution comes out for the first time tonight, and Hamlin gets ahead of Austin Dillon for third. Revenge, revenge, revenge for last year. As I've dropped my pen.
And that looked like AJ Allmendinger very loose out of turn 4. Not sure if AJ caught the wall, but he was very loose out of 4 coming to the flag, so we'll have to check on AJ to make sure he didn't hit anything there. But what a tremendous opening stage here. The strategy of splitting the stage, which I don't know if anybody that's not a crew chief, I don't think any of us were thinking that was a possibility, but it works out to be spectacular for guys like Reddick and Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin and so on, and for Ryan Preece, who gets caught out there. Where did he end up in that stage, guys? Help me out. His timing and scoring 15th. Is not working for me at the moment. 15th! Oh my goodness! So he doesn't even score any points, and all of that track position that he just lost, because now everyone's going to come to pit road together under this yellow, and he's probably going to come off, around 15th, maybe 12th, because he'll have the number 1 pit stall. So in the teens, though, that is a terrible, terrible break for the 60 team, who probably did not see that coming.
Yeah, however, though, they do have an extra set of tyres for later if they need to pull it back, and if they are able to pull it back just quickly, guys, Denny Hamlin has told his team he probably has toe link damage from hitting the wall, but they all looked at the steering data and told him it looks okay.
That's good news.
Yeah, I would think that he probably has some. By the way, for Tyler Reddick, trying to make his way into the playoffs, his second stage win of the season and 13th of his career. As I see, with the sun going down out the window, I need to step away and turn a light on, or you're not going to be able to see me shortly, which I'm sure most people would rather not be able to see.
10 free pass.
It's all right. Right now we're on the caution screen and the pit screen, which is the full driver tracker. Right, let's catch up with the YouTube chat, shall we, while they're all coming through. Michael says, I'm so used to Richmond twice a year. I wasn't expecting just once this year. Also, you are very ahead of me. Last just came out of the pits my end as well. We'll try not to spoil too much on that front. Jeremy says, come on, Denny Hamlin, let's beat everyone's favourite driver today. Nathan's here, so this might not be the best strategy to stay out, presumably, with that was Ryan Preece's run. Message might come in a bit late. I had to pause so I don't get spoiled on future events. No worries, Michael. We'll read them out as you come in as well. Preece, please just pit the car. Something is wrong. Yeah, the tyres were dead as well coming through. It's going down pit road.
Set of Goodyear.
No, everyone's coming down pit road now, though. Let's head down to our reporters.
Wave of momentum for Bubba Wallace and this team coming in. You see him at the top of your screen. He said free in, half a number tight in the center. Could be better there, but don't touch my entry. Slight air pressure on the jack, Marty.
Handling-wise, Denny Hamlin said he's way too free on exit, and they have to come back to the right side to jack it up again for Denny Hamlin. The bigger issue, Dave, for Denny Hamlin, he thinks he has right rear toe link damage from that contact with the wall.
Only second stage win of the year for Tyler Reddick. Comes at a good time. They're very weak on stage points, heading for the playoffs. Good stop for them. Look who's going to beat him on pit road, his teammate.
Good stop, though, coming out of pit road. They're all side by side. Such a narrow exit here. Two cars side by side. One of them goes on the apron. Coming into it as well. Well, we've got
Lights.
Q coming through
Camera.
here. Yeah.
Owens. Hello.
Hello. Coming in, where are we?
Lights are on over here.
Trying to see where we are. Matt says Blaney's going to win one of those races for the playoffs. Block him, please, Preece. It didn't work out. Tom Cans is here, whoever he is. I believe that's an inside joke.
Not sure who that guy is, to be honest.
Nathan says Reddick, Hamlin, and Wallace the top three. That wasn't the end of it. You were right, Michael, that Priest did not get stage points. Still, Joe says, is Ryan in the playoffs or is he on the bubble?
No.
He's on the bubble, isn't he?
Yeah, and didn't score any stage points there, which you would have felt would have been pretty safe that he would score some amount of stage points when he won the pole yesterday. So not getting any in that first stage, huge for the 60 team.
Let's just one more to the break. I know, Matthew, you like to do your On This Day in History to come through.
But I don't do that. It's the
I
other two.
I know. So I'm going to...
On this day in racing history, Mendips Raceway hosted its first ever Banger World Series round, and it was all right.
It was so-so. It was so-so. Now, I was going to point out, just looking at the quick facts here on Richmond that we get provided by NASCAR, some of the drivers that we've had here as well are unbelievable. Brian Vickers, youngest ever pole sitter here, 20 years, 6 months, 21 days. Oldest pole sitter, Mark Martin, 53 years, 3 months and 19 days.
One doesn't surprise me.
And then this is what gets to me. The youngest winner here. Would anyone like to have a guess who the youngest ever winner at Richmond Raceway is?
Let me have a think.
I'll let everybody else go.
Yeah, because I was going to say, Oracle, if you answer it, it kind of spoils the game. Adam says
I
Tony
have absolutely
Stewart.
no idea.
Adam's gone for Tony Stewart. That's an interesting one. JT, have you got anything?
That's probably right.
Hello.
Have you got any answer for us?
Youngest race winner.
Youngest race winner at Richmond in history. Have a go. Throw a name out.
We're talking Cup Series?
It's Cup Series.
Okay.
Throw a name
A
out.
driver.
It's Winston's Cup Series, I think, as well, going back in the probably
So-
even further.
Old.
Old.
Yeah.
Go on.
When you mention
They're not young anymore, is what you're saying.
Oh, Trent has said Jeff Gordon. That's a good shout as well. You might surprise you.
To be honest, I was just thinking that.
When you mention, questions, when you have questions like who's the oldest driver in Cup Series history to do something, the answer is almost always Mark Martin, Harry Gant, or Richard Petty. When you have questions, who's the youngest driver to do anything, a lot of the answers are Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Jeff Gordon. But, JB, it's never Richard Petty who was the youngest to do anything, was it?
Unless it's here in Richmond. Richard Petty is the youngest winner here. 23 years, 9 months, and 21 days. Yeah, he's the youngest race winner here. I just love that stat. And Denny Hamlin was that penalty for too fast exiting pit road. We've come to the tubes, by the way, and it's Bubba Wallace leading, but he's chosen the low line. Reddick's chosen the high line. But yeah, youngest race winner here is Richard Petty at 23 years, 9 months, and 21 days. The oldest winner here, as you said, is Harry Gant at 51 years, 7 months, 28 days.
No surprise.
It's always Harry Gant or Mark Martin on the oldest to do something. But yes,
Vehicle interference to the rear for AJ.
Oh boy, that's massive amount of track position loss for Allmendinger and Hamlin. But yeah, he won that race in 1961 here on the old Richmond Fairgrounds. In fact, at that time, it was known as the Atlantic Rural Fairgrounds. It was a 200-lap race on a half-mile dirt track with a field of 12 drivers.
We're coming to the green.
Go
on, Matthew, we take the green.
Stage 2 gets underway with the green flag down on Darrell Wallace Jr. and Tyler Reddick. A brace of 2311 Toyotas taking the green, and it's Wallace who drives it first into turn 1. He will leave Reddick to battle elbow to elbow with Christopher Bell down the back straightaway as further back contact between Sean Hunter Nemechek and Riley Herbst stacks it up 4 wide into turn 3, and we all avoid disaster there, but only just as Corey Heim makes it 4 wide back there onto the main stretch.
I wonder if we might get a caution.
Gilliland hit the wall there.
Gilliland did hit the wall at the exit of turn 3, but I think we might have a caution because I think there was there's debris exit of the start on the back straight now. So I wonder if they might throw the yellow flag because it came off the back of Riley's car, but still coming into it now at the exit. We've got side by side coming up for Austin Cindric as Bell's taken second position as well. Reddick's dropping down to third position. The 12 of Ryan Blaney on the low line, losing out a couple of places there on the restart as well. Good run. Good action. The sun has set. The lights have taken over here. And now all the drivers are going to have to hopefully have a little bit of a helping hand here because we've got now cooler track temperature. The sun drops, the track temperature drops, might not blister the tyres as much.
And remember, first stage, where tires were so huge, was only 70 laps. This one is 160 laps, more than double the length in this second stage. So if you're going to split the stage, you're going to have to go until around lap 70 or 80 in that area to split the stage, as Ryan Blaney off the bottom of turn 4 finally completes that pass on teammate Austin Cindric. So the top 3 are Toyotas, the next 3 are all Fords, with Wallace leading Bell and Reddick, followed by Blaney, Cindric, and Keselowski. The first Chevrolet runner in 7th is Daniel Suarez, who's really come out of nowhere to break into the top 10 here as we get this second stage underway.
They're complaining actually that it was a 10-lap stage caution break. 10 laps is unheard of to come into it. But Jack, coming to you quickly as well. Chase Elliott, the restart to the rear for vehicle interference. You saw it on the pit lane restart cam.
AJ, not Chase Elliott.
Sorry, yeah.
And yes, and
Chase Elliott. He both did it.
Oh,
both
Chase Elliott as well. I didn't see the Chase Elliott. I saw the replay of the AJ one. Looked like he just hit the back of Dane Smith as he was exiting his pit stall. It looked really weird. That's what I've got on that. So yeah, it is vehicle interference. It is a penalty.
Logano side by side now coming in as well with the 60. That's got finally new tyres on for the first time today. So he's only his first pit stop gone.
I just wanted to mention, while Logano and Priest running side by side, as you mentioned, think about that. That's the battle for 14th on the racetrack right now between the drivers that started first and last.
Oh, here's the Chase Elliott incident we've got now side by side. But this is... What are we seeing here?
Well, he's pulled the car in too tight to Chase Briscoe's pit crew, and he's just clipped a tire changer, it looks like, of the 19. So that would be the penalty on the 9. And big loss of track position for guys like Hamlin, Allmendinger, and Elliott with pit road penalties here.
Fantastic graphics.
Bad.
Yeah, fantastic graphics from the NBC team on USA Today. Literally just magically get a circular and move the car around like he's a joy toy. That's ridiculous. But he's making his way up through the field at the moment, coming in. He's now side by side with the 8.
And as Josh, as JT mentioned too, Ty Dillon got the free pass, not Ty Gibbs. So Gibbs still trapped a lap down here, would like a quick yellow to get the free pass. But this is just going to be such an interesting stage based on how these guys managed the tire wear that we had, which was so massive in that opening stanza. This is going to be very interesting to see, and especially from the likes of Elliott, Hamlin, and Allmendinger, who clearly have fast cars, but now they're at the back. How hard will they charge, and how much tire will they use up trying to regain that lost track position as Chris Buescher comes off of turn 4 on the inside of Ross Chastain. Buescher, a winner here from a couple of years ago, trying to move up. This is the battle for 17th.
This is looking fabulous right now as well, as the 17 still battling hard. He gets ahead of Chastain, having the action coming through there.
I just got reminded how awful that one car looks. I hate that team with a passion.
Why?
Yeah, that paint scheme has been on the 1 and the 99 this year.
I remember it on the 99 and everyone looked like a joke. Sean says, is it me or does Richmond look slow? The wall, I think it only looks slow because of the tyres.
Yeah, exactly right. So back when we ran at the old Richmond with the sealant on the racetrack, this was, it looked tremendously fast for a short track. But yes, with the tire wear, you are basically waiting for them to get, I don't think they're completely full throttle on this racetrack until they're about halfway down each straightaway at this point, because it takes such a long time to get back to full throttle when you're bringing them out of both 2 and turn 4, as NBC are really having a time trying to detail what happened on pit road with the 9 team.
Just give it back to Prime. JT.
SVG getting way out of the groove going in towards turn 1, but just kept it off of the
Oh, wow, that's going to be a bit close then for the man who is currently joint top of the seed with the amount of victories this season alongside Denny Hamlin. Hamlin might be able to break away from that today and get 6. Or is it 5? I can't remember how many they've both got in the order.
Ben Gisbergen running 19th, by the way, which is really strong running position for him on a track like this, where he's had just very little exposure to, especially in a cup car. But yeah, you're right. Shane and Denny tied at the top of the playoff grid with 4 wins on the season. But the difference is Shane Van Gisbergen more than likely done scoring playoff points in the regular season. You would not exactly bet on him winning a stage or a race here at Richmond or at Daytona, and he's not going to finish top 10 in the regular season championship either, so he's not going to get any additional playoff points. So more than likely SVG going to open the playoffs with 22 playoff points. But you got a guy in William Byron right now that has 17, but is in position to get an additional 15 next week if he wins the regular season championship.
Yeah, just take a look at points as they stand alongside us here. You can see SVG down in 24th position, 459 points. He's level with John Hunter Nemechek at the moment, but Byron's still strong now. He's 63 ahead of Chase Elliott as things stand on 8-4-1 to 7-7-8. Christopher Bell jumps up to 3rd. Larson jumps up to 4th. Blaney jumps up to 5th, but Hamlin at the moment drops down to 6th from 3rd in the regular series points. That's just the shocker. I love that new screen of ours that we can play with. Go on.
and to all the people that, you know, lament about the playoffs every single week, and we do need to remember...
Hello, I exist.
We do need to remember the importance of these regular season points, because next week, when the checkered flag flies at Daytona next week, your regular season points position 1 through 10 matters a lot. Regular season champion gets an additional 15 playoff points. Second place gets an additional 10. Third gets an additional 8. All the way down to 10th getting an additional 1. So the jockeying for position inside the top 10 of the regular season tonight and next week still incredibly important. And it's very close from 4th place Christopher Bell to 7th place Kyler Reddick for those extra points.
Bit of a 3-by-3 formation here. The 41, the 7, and the 4 side by side. Then the 8 alongside with the 9. And who's that? That's Hamlin with the 11 in the middle as well. And, well, that's a sandwich that you don't want to be in right now. 3 lanes all filled here at Richmond. And the high line will put you right. The hat's kind of in the wall.
My goodness, this is so much traffic for guys like Elliott and Hamlin to be dealing with. Hamlin in turn 1 still between the 8 and 9 cars of Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. So what a fracas that was. You got 11 combined Richmond wins between Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. Hamlin's won here 5 times. Busch has a 6-pack of Richmond wins here. And Chase Elliott back there too. So trying to make up the lost ground from the pit road penalties under the stage caution. Meanwhile, at the front, Christopher Bell saddles the horse and cracks the whip one more time as he tries to stare down a fellow Toyota and Darrell Wallace Jr. at the front of this field.
I must admit, this race is giving me All-Star vibes. That race we had where the tyres were so critical, the racing was so good. This is giving me the All-Star vibes that we had that night. This is fantastic. It's certainly, I think, one of the most strategy-driven races of the year. And there's just not any dull moments. We haven't had to have our usual Stage 2 podcast. We're 35 laps in and everything's still nuts. Now, you mentioned SVG nearly hitting the wall. He's now running back to the 77. But he is out of position and he's losing a lot of traction right now. Last lap time for him was a 24.972. Now to 25.108. So he's back on traction. And Bell now in the wheel tracks of Bubba for the lead of the race.
Van Gisbergen, I mentioned very little experience around this racetrack. Just one Xfinity start here at Richmond last year when he finished 15th. So for him to be running 19th right now at this stage of the race is actually quite impressive, as we have just crossed the quarter pole of this race, just past the 100 lap mark of the 400 scheduled laps. For those of you listening with us on USRN, I'll give you a quick rundown of the top 10. Darrell Wallace Jr. leads, but it is a tenuous lead in which he holds over Christopher Bell. Tyler Reddick is third, Ryan Blaney is fourth, Austin Cindric fifth. The rest of the top 10 is Brad Keselowski, William Byron, Daniel Suarez, Austin Dillon, and Chase Briscoe. That's the top 10 at lap 108 of 400, lap 38 of 160 in stage number 2. And JB, it is very close at the front with these two Toyotas racing only a car length apart, Wallace from Bell.
Both race winners this season, Bell more than Bubba, of course, but Bubba got the crown jewel. He won the Brickyard 400 in superior fashion. But here tonight on the short track, he's looking a little bit out of depth because Bell is hunting him down in the Bumblebee liveried car. It looks absolutely fantastic. And can he transform something magical here tonight to take the lead of the race? Bubba's just starting to drift up the circuit a little bit. You can see him lifting through the corners just in order to save the tyre strength as well. He takes the low line, allows the car to drift up. That really blocks Bell mid-corner. And now we've got the 7 and the 11. There's a joke there somewhere. Battling together as well further back.
Hamlin
Hamlin's go for
moved
it.
up to 25th in that 11 car, has Hamlin since the restart, and now trying to take 24th away from Haley.
Marty.
Speech for you, but you're just going to have to muscle your way through the field. And then he made the point to Gale, the longer we run, it seems like the better we get. So far, plus 11 after starting at the back for Denny Hamlin. Now make it plus 12 as he goes by Justin Haley there. But sometimes, Steve, you just got to make it work when you're in the back.
Well, Hamlin started towards the rear, got high up, and then he's back down again as well. So he's had a very yo-yoed race here tonight. And Bubba's still battling with Bell. I've got a feeling that right now we're in that stage of the race where they're just extending the tyres. We've gone past 42 laps. That was the maximum we did in the first stage on those tyres. We remember Brad Keselowski took the 42 laps and they started to blister. It's going to be uncomfortable now. Now, everybody, you know, cross your fingers, cross your toes, have your lucky underwear on, and hope that's all good. But Ryan Preece is coming in. He is not going to get caught out this time, Matthew.
Are they going to two-stop this stage? Because if you were splitting the stage, you'd have to go to lap 80. And we're at 43, so now Ryan Preece going to go the complete opposite that he did in stage 1. And it looks like this is a two-stop strategy in this stage for the 60 team.
Let's head down.
Free to run up in the high line, so he wasn't able to do that. And by the way, I looked at the set of tires that came off of his car after the full stage run, and the team showed them to me. They pointed them out. They said they look really good. So Ryan's doing a good job of maintaining the Goodyear rubber on his car.
Out he comes then onto the circuit. He's out of position on the pit stop. Nobody else diving into pit road this time by as far as I can see, as you are looking at the same tracker we are up here in the comms box. So we'll hold that together. But that's a bold strategy, Matthew, to go in and just sort of hope and pray.
And that's basically what they did in stage 1. As they stayed out, they hoped and prayed that they wouldn't be caught, and they certainly were. Joey Logano is on the move here, this 22 car, who again didn't get to set a qualifying time yesterday because of a, well, I was going to say brush with the wall, more of a thump with the turn 4 wall in practice yesterday. Logano is really flying here off the restart. He's picked up over 20 positions total for the race. And he has worked his way into the top dozen here very quickly. And we made mention of this on the broadcast last week at Watkins Glen. 2 weeks ago at Iowa. You just kind of get the sense that we're into the point of the season. Penske has not been elite all year long. All 3 of their drivers have 1 win and 1 win only. Blaney at Nashville, Cindric at Talladega, and Logano at Texas. They haven't been awesome. They haven't been elite. But you do kind of get the feeling now it's close to playoff time, and that's where Penske starts to pick it up. And you look down and you see Blaney 4th, Cindric 5th, Logano 12th, and then, of course, the Wood brothers, who has an alliance with Penske. Josh Berry runs 11th, also has a win this year at Las Vegas. It just feels like Penske's doing what they always seem to do, which is once we get closer to playoff time, they're starting to pick it up.
We said the same last year, didn't we, as well, about how he only won 3 races, but they were the 3 races he needed to win to be crowned the champion, and he got it done. I accept it. I don't like it, but here's Logano making a move on the 21 now. Easy peasy on Josh Berry, as you were mentioning out, the Alliance coming in. But I think we're going to see, I think Joey Logano have yet more I'm the champion because I'm the best driver mentality, when everybody knows he's not the best driver that we've had in NASCAR. I think he's won 3 championships. I don't think he deserves 2 of them on that run.
Look, he may not be the best driver in NASCAR currently, but of this current crop, he is the best pressure driver. When the pressure is at its largest, Logano rises up more than any driver in this field, and that's how he's won his 3 championships. And also think, as AJ Allmendinger, who had just been lapped, comes to pit road, also just keep this in mind about tonight, too. Totally different track conditions, atmosphere conditions with the weather, but just keep in mind, Richmond and Phoenix the championship race, how close they are. Richmond, 3/4 of a mile, mostly flat. Phoenix, 1 mile, mostly flat. So just keep in mind that a lot of these teams have put a lot of work into this race because they know that you can draw a dotted line to connect Richmond to Phoenix.
And that's why we're seeing so many great strategies out there today, and why it's one of the best we've seen of the year so far. But I'll throw in a curveball to this as well. How much are we looking forward to Miami next year being the championship race? It's going to be a complete wild card to have that right there.
Yeah, that's going to be great to have that back. We have had a change at second that has gone unseen by NBC and thus unseen by us. Tyler Reddick has taken 2 away from Christopher Bell.
And Bush is in, it's going to have bits.
Here in stage 2, I think this is going to open a massive window for everyone to come down pit road. Just a little bit too free for Chris Bush or Kim.
And Austin Dillon reporting he likes his car. No major changes or adjustments. They did have a slight right rear hiccup on the last stop, looking for a better stop this time. Joey Logano finishing up his service on the car. He said tight center, still free off.
The 9's coming in as well now, so we've got more drivers pitting. This is the start of the second run-in. And the 9's having a bit of a slow stop there, actually, as well, coming in for Chase Elliott. Gets out a little bit late, and I couldn't see who he cut off there. Down pit road, Hamlin's coming in too.
Pit road, terrific progress for Hamlin at the very end of that run. The strength of the 11 car is exactly what Chris Gale said on the longer run, and a much cleaner stop for the 11 bunch this time.
I must admit, Matthew, quickly as well, it must be nice being a USA pit reporter. You actually get to talk, unless you're a Fox pit reporter, and then you fly to the races just to say 2 words of broadcast.
Absolutely right. Yes, it's very nice to be able to throw it down to pit road and actually hear pit reporters reporting from pit road. How spectacular. What a novel concept.
Not one here, though, for SVG.
Fuel for Shane Van Gisbergen and SVG, learning the short ovals, getting better. 4 tires here to send him back on his way. More lateral grip needed. Eric Jones coming off in the 43 car. His car was pitting there, and Tyler Reddick was going to pit, but they said, you're right near him, so don't pit now. The 43 is in. Come out for 1 more lap. Here comes Reddick after that. Reddick said he needs to find a little better way through 3 and 4. If he can clean that up, then they'll be ready to go. The crew goes to work here, Marty.
Brad Keselowski coming down pit road. Austin Cindric pitting right behind them. Keselowski was really good on the long run. And he told Jeremy Bowens, he said, listen, I'm managing it as best I can, but I'm way over-rotating the entry and the exit of the corner. And a little bit longer stop there for the 6s. Also, you saw Cindric flash by him as well, who was running the top 5, Dave.
Loose off 2, loose off 3. I guess the 8 is still loose. They'll make more adjustments for Kyle Busch, who's won here so many times. He had that good feeling yesterday in practice. Wasn't able to convert it yet. We'll see what happens.
I will tell you, as long as the
19's in the pits too.
USA?
As he gets going. Yeah, I must admit, once they start, you can't shut them up, can you? Coming in as well. It's like a jack in the box. Blaney's into the pit lane too. I think Bubba come in. JT, go.
Joshua Birch complains when the pit reporters don't speak also complains when they speak too much.
That is true, and here's Bubba.
Runs in 4th place, Kim.
Bubba Wallace to the attention of his crew. He said the car is neutral, but he said, buy me something for the center. I needed to cut better. Ford Fresh Goodyear tires, Snowfall fuel, Marty.
Again, bottom of your screen, William Byron. I tell you what was so impressive about their run was the end of the run speed. In fact, Rudy Fugle told him at one point, you've been the fastest car for 5 straight laps. Keep it up. So Fugle making that call to kind of run longer here in stage 2. Kyle Busch coming down pit road as well.
He's got a penalty.
Kyle Busch was on pit road a few laps ago.
Yeah, he's got a penalty too, fast entry, so that's why he's coming down pit road again. I did notice, however, with Byron, after they did the 2 wheels on the right side, they dropped the car. He just slowly accelerated and then stopped in the pit box before because he didn't realise it was a 4-tyre stop. So he thought it was a 2-tyre stop. He's gone 4, so that caught him out.
Well, let's reset the running order now because it's totally changed again. Ryan Preece pitting so much earlier than everybody. When did he pit? Like I believe it was 42 at this stage.
Yeah.
They're looking, at least I think, to 2-stop this stage. He had the lead. He's literally just had it taken away from him by guess who? Austin Dillon, the defending winner of this race. Motors around Preece to take the lead. Now Daniel Suarez, like a rat through a drain pipe, down the inside will follow through and move into second.
JT.
Yeah, just a update and a little bit of an insight into that Kyle Busch speeding penalty. He was speeding in sections 1 through 10, so he was speeding in 10 different sections.
Look at this!
But look at this, 3 wide.
Great. Well, we're going to have 4 wide coming to the breakers over turn 3. The 7-1's going to get forced up high. So is the 7. 33 coming down low. And we've got slow cars everywhere over the line of bricks. And this is absolutely mad. The 54 getting loose with the 34 as well, Matthew. This is madness.
Ty Gibbs is the stopper in the bottle here on old tires that they all had to weave around. Alex Bowman is slow off the top of turn 2. Justin Haley butter knifes down to his inside. A lot of traffic here because there's cars on different tire cycles. This is incredible. That was about a lap and a half of racing that you normally see at Talladega being run at Richmond.
This is a bonkers race as well. And look at this.
It really is.
Bell's going to round the outside now, the 48. The 33 is trying to come up out of nowhere. That's Jesse Love, by the way, who's been fantastic in the Xfinity Series season so far. And let's take a replay of this one as well. This is the pit stop battle. NBC are going to an ad break. Chaos then happening here in the Cup Series at Richmond Raceway. 136 chaos. There you go. Out of 264. And it's still going on mid-pack. The 17 side by side now as well. That's the 60. This is snapping around from everywhere. The front end's dropping back. Is that Larson as well looking slow? Look at the acceleration that's the 7 coming through, and it's still going a bit chaotic there, Jack.
I would like to apologise to Richmond for saying it should only have 1 date on the calendar. I would like to humbly apologise to Richmond Racing. This tyre racing is fantastic, as here goes Tyler Reddick on the inside of his former teammate Austin Dillon. He is going to take the race lead here. Is he clear? No, he is not. They're going down the backstretch side by side, and Reddick is going to clear Austin Dillon. And he's going to go around the outside of... No, he's not going to go around the outside of Cody Ware. Never mind.
And
no,
the difference...
Tyler Reddick for the race lead.
The difference in tire life of these cars is what's making the race so incredible. Austin Dillon to the lead. Now Tyler Reddick takes it from him. Daniel Suarez has arrived on the scene. Joey Logano has risen up. Darrell Wallace Jr. is falling down the order. This is absolutely spectacular. And Josh, after all of these weeks of fuel mileage racing, fuel management racing that for some reason everyone hates, even though that's a strategy race, I wonder if everyone's going to hate this tire strategy race because You ask me, I'm loving what I'm seeing.
I'm loving it. This is fully wet. It's 20 to 2 in the morning here in the UK. I'm not tired at all. I am absolutely throwing out like crazy. And I'm loving this race. Bring more of this on. And I must say, everybody in the YouTube chat and the USRN chat, let us know if you agree with what I'm about to say. Bristol 1, Richmond 2. How about that for a new schedule?
I do agree at the moment. Bristol hasn't been good for a few years now in any series, in my honest opinion. That might be a hot take, but I'm standing by it.
It was boring me last time. I think we begged for death at one point. That was a tie
update
race.
to the Cars Tour race.
Begging for death but not mercy. Got it. Noted.
Update to the Cars Tour race. The winner, after a dominant second half of the race, is reigning Smart Modified Tour champion Luke Baldwin.
Oh, Baldwin's coming out nowhere.
He also ran some truck races this year for Thor Sport.
Classic final of the regular season yesterday in the trucks. Great little battle that we had. I must admit,
I feel so bad for Majeski.
Well, I didn't watch it live. I literally just
did.
I left it producing and went to bed, and then watched it on replay this afternoon. It was very good.
I felt bad for Majeski, man. He had that race locked up, and he pretty much got screwed out of it. That said, Heim's been robbed of like 5 wins in this year, so realistically, he had to be gifted one at this point.
Corey Heim's got 7 wins in that series, and he could easily have like 11.
It's been a mad year, hasn't it, with the trucks?
He's not going to be in trucks next year, by the way.
No, he's not going to be in trucks, but where is he going to be? Because there's not really any openings in the Cup or Xfinity
I've heard
and Toyota.
Xfinity and Cup. A mix of both.
Well, I know that the conversation I'm hearing is him taking the 7 car from Spire in the Cup Series and taking Justin Haley's seat next year. And if that happens, Toyota will have lost another young rising star, just like they did William Byron and just like they have many drivers like that.
To be fair, though,
I personally will tell you what I think will happen. I think he runs a full season in the Xfinity Series and then runs about half the Cup season, and then he goes up to the Cup Series the year after that. Either that, or 2311 loans him out to Spire for a year and then puts him in their car. But I think, from what I've heard, regardless of where he drives next year, he will, at the very least, be still associated with 2311, as he is a development driver for them.
when do we bring in the lawsuit? That's still under a thing as well. That's still going on. When is that court date scheduled for? Is it December?
Like December next.
Yeah.
December, innit?
Way out there doing the sticks as well. We'll have to. That'll be on the Grid
Not
Tonight
hindering
show.
their performance.
No, they won.
Unless your name's Riley Hurst.
They won that race as an open. Let's catch up with the YouTube chat quickly as well. Michael says Bush racing with love right now. Coming to it. I've heard some good points. He's won 4 races and 38 starts. It took Dale Earnhardt 66 to win 4. And in the points, he beats out a few oval regulars, if we only count the oval races for averages finishes. That was early on in the chat that we were going through. Still Joe says, I knew Kyle Busch was too fast in the last pit, and he lost internet when they went 3-4 wide earlier on. Michael also says, imagine Austin Dillon won a stage at the same track he performed an act of terrorism on as well. On Dale Earnhardt's legacy. Yeah, that was last year here, which you talked about. We've gone 3 wide again. Oh, and NBC cuts away from it. What a surprise.
Just a reminder that what Austin Dillon did last year here at Richmond in that 3 car, Dale Earnhardt also right rear hooked Darrell Waltrip head into the guardrail here back in February of 1986.
That was Richmond?
It was Richmond, yeah.
That was Richmond. That was the old Richmond Fairgrounds.
Second stop, Priest.
More tires at this point, fresh tires to use than the rest of the field. So they'll take another set here. Crew going about their work. He knows he'll be out in the mix when he gets out of here. And Steve, I guess you just have to wait for it to rotate back around to you.
And how long is that going to take?
Now hold on a minute. Ryan Preece has stopped at lap 43 and 83 of this 160 lap stage.
Oh God.
Are they going to try to 3-stop this stage? That's a mad thing to even say.
This race is just going to be... If Phoenix is like this, I'll change my mind about it. I really will.
No.
Maybe these
Nothing
tyres...
will change my mind on Phoenix.
Yeah, but the tyres are looking quite interesting. If people say, oh, this is a bonus, can I just point out, we've had... I'm going to say it. This is the most old-school NASCAR race we've seen in a long, long time. I'll say it.
It's really quite intriguing as Austin Dillon and Ryan Blaney nearly trade some paint off of turn 4. Dillon, who was just third, got overtaken by Logano. Ryan Blaney going to try to do the same. Dillon starting to fall down the order as his tires are starting to wear. So Blaney up to 4th. Dillon backslides to 5th. Daniel Suarez and Austin Cindric are hot to try to 6th and 7th. As we still have half of this stage to go. And I'm guessing more pit stops to go, because as we've seen tonight, these guys do not want to go more than about 60 laps on these tires. So everyone has another stop to make in this stage, I'm guessing, but not for fuel, for tires.
Apparently, they used AI for the Credit One banner, as Michael says. And Michael, by the way, just talked back to the Corey Heim conversation. He says, I think the 35 will be renumbered to the 67.
Yeah, but I can't imagine that 2311 will not have Riley Herbst next year. Riley brings in so much sponsorship money through his connection with Monster Energy. So I think Riley, 2311's in a position, especially right now where they're unchartered, they need as much sponsorship money as they can get. They'll get that with Monster Energy through Riley Herbst, so I don't think they can split with him. And I don't think they're in a position to gain a 4th car, not to mention a new rule here lately where NASCAR is not going to allow organizations to have more than 3 cars. Now, of course, if you're already with 4, you can be grandfathered in and you can keep your 4. But from now on, organizations are going to be limited to 3. So I don't think 2311 is a possibility as Austin Cindric gets hard into turn 1, hip checks Daniel Suarez up the banking. They have to move around the slower lapped car of AJ Allmendinger, and they go 3 wide into the corner. All of this in front of Ty Gibbs.
Now they're drifting side by side over the control line. Gibbs going down low, Suarez and Dillon up high. You see the slide from Dillon and Suarez? I think he did. There was a slight touch. Allmendinger's hogging back. They're 3 by 3 closing up, and I'm going to have a little bit of a wince into 3 because Suarez is going to push the 3 wide, and the 54 drifts down low. Suarez gets ahead, Dillon down. Well, actually gets forced out back. I'm enjoying this race.
Dillon really struggling on older tires. He pitted earlier than all of these guys, so his tires are falling off very quickly here, and these guys are engulfing him. Next up will be Christopher Bell and Chase Briscoe. Bell's right behind him. Meanwhile, at the front, starting to tighten up a bit between the 2311 teammates of Reddick and Wallace. Only half a second separating those two.
Still in a battle and an action zone that we're having. Reddick leads, Bubba Wallace, Blaney, Logano, Cindric, Suarez, Dillon, Bell, Briscoe, Byron in top 10. Hamlin's dropped out in 11th from Keselowski, Berry, Larson. SVG running 15th from Bowman, Busher, Jones, Elliott, Hocevar, Chastain, Smith, McDowell and Dillon rounds out the first half of the page. Then we get Stenhouse, from Gilliland, Costa, Gregson, Haley, Allmendinger, Love, Nemechek, Priest, Herbst, Bush, Heim, Gibbs and Cody Ware, but Gilliland in a battle with Dillon swapping places and Stenhouse dropping down to 26th. That's no one down pit road there. I'm looking on the driver tracker. Still
Darrell Wallace Jr., by the way, JB, he has 3 lap fresher tires than Tyler Reddick, and 3 laps might not sound like a lot, but tonight it is, and it looks like Wallace is going to maneuver his way around Reddick and reclaim the lead of this race.
It's going to be very close to the exit. You can see the car just twitching from Reddick as well, but Bubba's got that low line, and he's got the lead of the race. Reddick now still in P2. Do I mention this, or right? Do I put the commentator's curse on this race and do an Omi, or do I just shut up and let this race continue without saying it? And then everybody can naturally assume as to what is happening. as to what I was going to talk about. If I don't mention it...
I want to have some rest before I have to get up.
Right, then I won't mention it. But
And you have to be up at... You have to be up in 5 hours.
Yeah, luckily I think I had about a 90-minute nap, and I think that did well. Before we came into the commentary box here tonight.
Yeah, basically, the commentary here is a little bit... Well, we've not got a lot of sleep. JB has to be up at 7 a.m, which is in 5 hours. I have to be up at 7:30 a.m, which is in 5.5 hours. Matthew Owens, once again, welcome to JB Motorsports.
Well, indeed. I hesitate saying this, but I suppose I will. We are not yet to football season. Therefore...
You've started now.
Tomorrow and next Sunday will be a couple of Sundays off to do nothing. I don't get a lot of those, and I'm going to enjoy it tomorrow.
I don't think we've got one at all until December the whatever. I think Christmas is when I get off. However, plans have been put in motion for a Cadwell Park visit on Bank Holiday Monday.
Oh?
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. If I can drag Megan along, but very much, I think, kicking and screaming.
The 1 year I am not at Cadwell Park.
Yes.
You did that on purpose.
Kinda, yeah. Slightly. No, I didn't do it on purpose. It's just that...
I'm going to watch Reliant Robbins do figure of 8 races and caravans get smashed up to
be fair, I'd
millions
rather do
of
that.
pieces.
Logano side by side with Cindric, so it's 2 by 2-2 out of 2. Get that
The three Penske cars are right together in the running order, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. This is the battle for 4th between Logano and Cindric. Right now, it's 23-11, 1st and 2nd, and then Penske 3rd, 4th, 5th. So those two organizations holding up the entirety of the top 5, as this is very tight racing between Cindric and Logano.
Just quickly to come in as well, Michael says Allmendinger back to his usual performance on the track. Type his first qualified for Cup race and get laps on his end as well. He also says, Dylan, remember where your 2024 shenanigans got you? Don't do it. Calling him Darrell Wallace sounds wrong. I'm saying to Bubba. It's his full name.
I've had multiple people tell me that in the past too. That it just sounds, it hits the ear wrong at this point when people, when I call him Darrell Wallace Jr. I don't know, I can't tell you that I do it purposefully either. It's just, in my mind, when I'm speaking about him, that's how I know him, which is strange.
Unique, and it works as Logano now, well, that's Priest coming through on fresher tyres. So it's working for him. 20 lap old, those tyres, by the way. Yeah, they're going to double stack.
This is just such an interesting race. I never would have imagined we would have this many pit stops in such a short amount of time here at Richmond. These guys have all made, 3 pit stops, and we're not yet halfway home in the race.
And more coming now. Bowman diving down pit road. Let's head down.
Tight at the 2/3 mark, and it's worse along the straightaway. Chris Buescher also in.
Yeah, Buescher on pit road, Dave, pitting on the early side of the cycle once again. So 56 to go here in stage 2. Going to be a long run for Buescher, who's had a good car on the early part of the run, but struggled with the late run, Dave.
Daniel Suarez now brings the Quaker State car to pit road, and it was very consistent. They asked him to keep that consistency up. It helps them run longer when they know that the tires are going to stay on the car.
Be interested to see if that 99's right rear looked good. You don't love.
Yeah, it did look nice coming in, as in comes the 3.
We all caught it, didn't we? How it just slid that right rear coming into the box.
Did not like the look of that. 3's in down there as well.
Pressure gusset to try and free him up just slightly, Hardy.
Jeremy Bolins told Brad Keselowski, we're going to pit on the early side of this window because clearly we've lost a little bit of speed. And then Keselowski came back and said, we've also not gained on the exit drive at all. We need to make a big swing at that, Kim.
As Joey Logano comes down to make his stop. He complained this time about the right rear falling off during that run, so just looking for a little bit more longevity. On the flip side of that, the 21 of Josh Berry saying he was plowing tight, Marty.
Bit of a frustrating run for William Byron. As you see, pit road pretty busy right now. Byron at one point said, the car just not doing what he wants, especially in traffic. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott still trying to get his track position back after that penalty on the early stop of the day. Car's been a little bit too free for Chase Elliott. And yes, Denny Hamlin back in the game. Austin Cindric also running in the top 5. He comes down pit road, but as we mentioned, Hamlin back in the game in the top 10. But another long stop for the 11 team. They've had a second one here, Dave. This one's going to cost them as well. You see the team frustrated as Hamlin leaves pit road.
Tyler Reddick now hits his marks. He's hoping for a little bit better, but he's hoping for better tires as well. These were scuff tires. That's one of the reasons why his car was wrecking loose. He couldn't get into the corner anywhere near the bottom, Marty.
Been a quiet but very productive night of see Bubba Wallace on pit road for Chase Briscoe. Their car very good for Briscoe. They've been so good, especially on the long runs, Kim.
Bubba Wallace leaving on the jack there. Still no major complaints, just a little tight in the center, needs to cut better.
What a fantastic run so far, and that's going to put Ryan Preece and Kyle Larson back up towards the front. But Denny Hamlin in real trouble, and he's splicing through. Larson, the 43, coming up high as well. This is Hamlin stopped then. Just couldn't get the front tyre off at all, Matthew. Just couldn't get it out.
Yeah, that's another issue on pit road now for the 11 team tonight. And
oh, hello. And that's SVG getting hit by the 47.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Shane Van Gisbergen nearly spearing into one another on pit road.
Caution's out.
Oh, and that's Reddick. Reddick.
Tyler Reddick on the front straight away. Has he gone straight up to the wall? It looks like it's not. It's opposite side, Matthew, I think. Caution's out.
The first caution for incident. And what has happened to Tyler Reddick? And what a dramatic timing for this caution to happen. Oh, Daniel Suarez got into the back of Ty Gibbs, and that skittered Gibbs up and into Reddick, who spun. Smoky, hazy spin on the exit of turn 4, and it looked like he did just get the wall with the left front. Yeah, he did.
I was wondering how he got damage on the left front when we didn't see him go around at all. So the 54 gets loose. Did he get pushed by Suarez? I think he did. How did you read that one, Jack?
I think he might have got a nudge. I'd have to see Suarez's onboard. I'm not sure how much contact there was, but Gibbs just gets loose. Maybe some contact from Suarez.
Yeah.
And then that just sends him up into Reddick. Really unfortunate for Reddick, man.
Why is it always Suarez?
Running such a good race.
Oh, Gibbs is going to get a lot of stick for that, but it's not his fault. It's Suarez. Logano got lucky because I think it's going to be Logano who will be the first to cross that zone. Yeah, he goes down low immediately. This is Logano's point of view. Look, he's going to drift up high and then just goes low.
Yeah, that's going to help Preece a lot. He was running third.
Yeah, this
is gonna help a lot of people and hurt a lot of people because just the timing of the caution is so awkward with the cycle of pit stops. Kyle Larson leading for the first time tonight. Started 30th.
They're going to fix the toe. Reddick's wheel is bent. Oh, Tyler, I'm so sorry. The opportunity that he needed has not come through tonight, has it? You were on about it earlier on in the broadcast, Matthew. It's gone out the window. But never say never, because we've still got more than half of the race to go.
That's right.
I can now say it. Let's have a look. This is on board with Suarez, with Gibbs. Nudges. It was 2 hits, I think, there. 2 nudges. Gibbs felt it immediately and backs off and then immediately looks to it to go through. Well, this is what I was going to say. We'd ran caution-free the whole race for actual incident, and I was impressed with the drivers about that. And then Daniel Suarez just has to do Daniel Suarez things. I'm not going to miss him. I hate to say it, but I think Trackhouse have made the right decision not to redo him for next year and focus in. because it's always Suarez who has that incident mode. Pit road, Larson in.
It's there.
Yeah, he said too tight in the center. I think it's hurting my long run. Cliff Daniels, the crew chief, saying we're going to give you an air pressure adjustment and another adjustment to free you up. Likely we made the wrong adjustment last time, and that's why you got too tight, Dave.
So Ryan Preece will come down for another set of tires on the 60. The last run, which explains, Steve, I think you were talking about just that he wasn't
that
as good as before.
You're right, Matthew.
The car was very, very loose, so they've been working on getting that car better. Marty.
So Dave, interesting call here for Scott Graves, trying to do something a little bit different. He brings Chris Buescher down pit road. They did pit just a few moments ago, 12 laps, or actually 11 laps ago. Buescher pitted, so bringing him down here for some fresh Goodyear tires. We'll see what he can do with 46 to go on the stage, Dave.
Said on the last run, it fired off well. Now it was getting loose again. And when they get to the later stages of every run, that 8 car just seems to go way loose on the driver.
You were right, Matthew, what you were predicting. He's going to pit 3 times. Like 183 comes in. So 40, yeah, so that's unbelievable to go for that one. One caution then with the 45 in the wall. Shouldn't be too long. Go on, JT.
And yes, I will agree, even though in the tests that me and you did, JB, that light behind me no longer looks yellow.
Yeah, it looks a bit more amber.
Whitish.
Yeah. Still, caution's out. We will continue to go through. This is our first one of the night. Who's that down pit road? Michael McDowell and Jesse Love and Cody Ware. 3 cars down pit road at the moment. Is who's BTW? We've got a car getting work done. It's not Tyler Reddick. He's out on the circuit. So who's BTW?
At the moment, no one officially.
Car's got going now. It is Michael McDowell receiving some treatment down there. Reddick's coming back down pit lane now. So there's a few more changes coming in for this. 44 to go then in stage 2. This is Reddick's on board again. Let's catch up with the YouTube chat now as well, I think, to come through. Where have we got to? Because I'm trying to find out where I haven't missed up anything to come through. Thomas says, dang, the 99 skidded right past the 3 Penske's. He then calls the caution. Graham says, watching from Australia. Yeah, go as well for S3G coming in. Great commentary and real timing info. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for the comment, and it's real timing info, real data. I'm glad you're enjoying down there in Australia, Graham. I hope you have a wonderful day. Feels like Suarez fell off the earth after he was announced as he was fired next year. Say it, yeah. So used to Bubba, he says as well, to come into it. And that's the first caution for course Stace Michael. I misread the side of the 99 says Quaker State. Yep. The second I thought it could be the end of the stage. You need a more vibrant yellow light. It looks a bit, to be fair, if we just take a look at it on
it is really annoying because it looks so yellow, but it's just the way that lights work.
Yeah. However, it doesn't look like you're some sort of god. It's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Because here, by eye, this is yellow.
Are we going
but
green?
It's the way it projects.
We're going green, Matthew. Take it away. Oh, hang on a minute. They might call this off because Suarez just hit Bubba coming to the restart zone.
These two come to the green flag on the front row and get us back going with 42 to go in the stage. They fan out 3 and 4 wide going into turn 1, higher than anybody. Chastain, he's got 3 cars to his left elbow. He and Brad Keselowski trade paint. So too does Christopher Bell and William Byron. Byron shoves Bell up the banking, and Chastain at the very top of the 12 degrees of banking passes 3 cars in one move. They're almost 5 wide going into turn 1.
This is insane. Chastain's drifting up ahead of Bell, but Bell's getting punched left, right, and centre as well because here comes the 10 down low. And then Byron back there. Keselowski's in there. This is madness. You can't keep up with how many cars are side by side as they come over the line once more with now 40 to go. And it's just insane. Keselowski's had to lift off. Bell's sticking it down. Chastain goes up high. They've got to be careful here as we enter the back stretch, and they're not being careful. There goes the 19 round the outside. Caution's out, the 51's around.
Where in a single car spin out of turn 2 brings out the yellow, and that's going to bring up another one of these crazy restarts as we went, what, about 175, 180 laps without a caution for cause, and now we have 2 right in a row.
Yellow breed yellow. We know that, don't we, all too well?
That restart was madness. Ross Chastain was higher up than we've seen anyone go purposefully tonight, and he picked up about 4 places, I think, off the restart.
Mega impressive, though, that he had that confidence on the outside line, because that's where the rubber's been picking up. Let's take another look at it, shall we? This is how we've got a restart. Cody Ware's gone wide. Jack, what do you make of it?
So where he gets cut, I think he might. Do you think he gets booted up the track? Actually,
I think that was John Hunter Nemechek that gave him a punt.
That's right. Yeah, he did. Got booted up the track.
And this is Reddick's viewpoint. He says, "No, not again. Not me. Not me. Please, not me." Slams on the brakes and gets through it. Okay. Here's the free pass.
Second car that John Hunter Nemechek has gotten into tonight.
Now I know how to read the screen. JT's really angry at me. Yeah, it's the 88 SVG's going through. We should have it where I am a bit tired of the cautions taking so long and slowing things down. There should be just a quick yellow. Like, okay, he's round, everyone just pitted, we'll go green next time by. We don't need this yellow, you know, let's spend 10 laps behind the safety car time and time again.
We used to have what we would call quickie yellows, and it would really help because when you had a single car spin and there was no real debris, they would open up pit road for everybody, lead lap cars and lap down cars, and they would all come in together, and then right after they came out of pit road, they would give them one to go. I guess they feel it's harder to do that these days because you've got the choose to get through as well, plus you've got the free pass. You've got to have the free pass car go around. As let's see if we can get a report on Reddick on pit road.
Position back before the end of the stage.
Yeah, Reddick's coming a bit at an angle. He's having some bodywork damage sorted as well, but Reddick's really coming out of angle. That's a shame coming in there. And duct tape. He's getting some duct tape, the magical fixer of a NASCAR. One thing that I always like telling people who don't know a lot about NASCAR is they always ask, well, why are the tracks lit? They've got lights. No, they don't. They're stickers.
The track is always lit.
Yeah, that's the famous line. There's the youngest race winner here at Richmond. Richard Petty, the king. Could that change?
The track is always lit unless if you're Bahrain Formula 1 pre-season test.
Oh, God, that was so bad.
Oh, my goodness. Thank God that happened during pre-season test and not during a race.
It's one of our biggest fears.
Although that would have been entertaining.
There's actually a procedure for that, you know.
I imagine so, yeah.
If the lights go off, the drivers have to slow down very quickly. So they slow down to virtual safety car pace, the Delta.
They need to actually be able to see the track.
Yeah. Imagine in the middle of a desert at night, you can see some bits of visibility, but not a lot. Lap cars now going through as we come to the choose, and we will get going next time by.
Tyler Reddick coming up there very quickly, nearly got into the back of Carson Hostebar.
How much does he want to be?
And that is why, children, why we do not go full throttle towards a pack of cars.
Look, it's Tyler Reddick. He's not lifting until he sees guard with the checkered flag. That famous quote.
Here.
NASCAR drivers are insane.
Or the sky in that case.
No, I thought that was Ryan Priest.
I wasn't going to go there, but you went there for me.
Yeah, next week is Daytona for Ryan.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
I believe I can fly. We've gone green and NBC were on the wrong pit box. Great. We're racing again. Bubba Wallace gets a restart. And once again, we're 4 wide. And that outside line working for none other than the astronaut of Ryan Preece, who sends it high down the backstretch, Matthew. Good restart for everyone. Oh, it's still mad. It's 5! 5 into 3! That doesn't go.
Chase Briscoe elbowing his way, or Alex Bowman elbowing his way past Chase Briscoe. William Byron is there between cars. Kyle Larson in turn 1 all the way to the bottom. Gets to the inside of Ross Chastain. There's still 3 and 4 wide in the corner, and it really narrows up out of turn 2, and now more contact. Ross Chastain and Brett Keselowski, and around Chase Briscoe into the
We have a parking lot.
Kyle Busch runs into him.
Oh, that's
Justin Haley T-bones Briscoe, and Moore and
Elliott
to the end
hard.
of the corner. William Byron and Chase Elliott, the teammates have collided, and it's a big mashup in turns 3 and 4 at Richmond.
And Haley smashed up
Everything.
down pit road. Everything just kept on going. It was a concertina. Wouldn't be surprised if this would be a red flag. The amount of cars and oil that's been smashed up there on the field. It just didn't stop. It just kept on going. And that is the 9 out of the race.
Never thought I'd say the big one at Richmond, though.
And we have had big crashes here at this track in the past. You think of 2010 here, where we had a massive one. 2016 as well. Chase Elliott's car absolutely destroyed, and that pretty much ruins
as well.
Yeah, that did. Yeah, that was set. So you had contact out of turn 2 between Keselowski and Chastain,
Busch
and that's kind of
starts
what
it.
checks
And Busch.
and Busch. Yeah, that's what kind of checks everyone up. But the spin is by Chase Briscoe, getting cut off by Kyle Larson going into 3, and then Briscoe spins into the face of the field. Haley T-bones him. William Byron gets set up way up the track to try to avoid. Wow, and then Busch hard into Chase Elliott. And Elliott went head-on into the wall off the contact from Busch.
And Byron
Byron
didn't get out of it. I said how lucky was Byron to get up high, but he runs into the side of the 9. If we kept that camera later on.
Hang on. Doesn't Busch just get in? I think Busch gets into Briscoe there, to be honest.
Yeah, he does. He hits it, yeah. So there's 2 separate accidents. 7 comes in out of nowhere. I need to see further on down the line. Who are we riding with now? This is Kyle Busch. Here we go. Riding on board with him. So, he hits the 19.
He just dumps him.
So he hits the 19, then he hits the 19 while sideways, then he turns down and hooks the 9.
The 9, I think, comes up into him. I don't think he knows the 9's there.
Watch the 24. Watch the 24 on the restart. There is the mid-pack. Byron gets so lucky to avoid the melee. Look, so it's Kyle Busch who takes out Chastain, who hits Keselowski. Keselowski's tyres goes down, and then it's just everywhere. That just constantly. Kyle Busch calls that all wrong.
And Denny Hamlin's damage out of this too. The 11 is going to have some amount of right side damage because he couldn't get out of it.
I want to pose the question of, do we think that was intentional?
No.
That was too
accidental. Neither bits of the contact with Briscoe or Elliott's intentional, but these restarts are so chaotic.
A little bit hard.
Yeah, look, there we go. There's the 24.
Yeah.
He got into this side of it. Here we go. So watch Byron. So he's gone up high. Elliott gets loose as well. His rear's already gone. And Byron just gets the one tap on the bonnet. And then the back gets hit as well.
Right. Guys, I know the Banger World Series final was just at Mendips Raceway last night for us in the UK, the same day for you guys in the US. But this is not a Banger Demolition Derby, guys, because that dump straight into the wall for Elliott was, well, it was a carbon copy of what happens in a Destruction Derby, so much that we had a wrecking train in NASCAR.
I need to watch it,
Justin Haley.
He got so lucky at that one. So, yeah, so...
Guys, the Truck Series was yesterday.
Elliott got a hard hit into that barrier twice. So,
guys,
really hard.
Guys, ARCA isn't on this week. Calm down.
It is actually. It's at Illinois tomorrow.
And you know, Byron, you mentioned...
They're early then.
you mentioned how Byron gets out of it with minimal damage. He does have damage, but he gets out of it with minimal damage. But Chase Elliott, he's done for the night, and this could end the regular season championship fight tonight. Byron has a chance to clinch it tonight now that Elliott's out.
Got 56, Matthew.
Yeah, and if he is over 60 points ahead of second tonight, Byron clinches the regular season championship and the 15 playoff points that come with it.
I don't know. The 9 went in there like a rocket. He's the one that got us, so he's out. He's done. Yeah, just racing like idiots.
That is Byron. So he could be the regular series champion tonight. I kind of hope not, because that'd be nice to go down into the next, into Daytona.
Well, see, you say that now, but I've done that Daytona race where we're watching the regular season championship and who makes the playoffs. From a broadcasting perspective, it is much easier to just follow one of those fights rather than both while Daytona is going.
Problem was, Elliott was... Oh, Haley's been smashed up as well.
Yeah, Haley was the one that T-boned Briscoe when Briscoe spun into the face of traffic. What an accident this is. And, like I said, it doesn't happen often, but we have had big crashes at Richmond. Well, that 1986 race that I mentioned earlier when Earnhardt hooked Waltrip into the wall, that collected so many cars. That's what led to Kyle Petty winning that race. Petty's first ever Cup Series victory. But we've had big crashes here at Richmond. Like I said, that crash where Jeff Gordon got turned out of the pack and hit the wall hard that took out a bunch. One year, was it 2008? It was, when Patrick Carpentier got speared hard into the inside wall and catapulted into traffic that took out Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and David Gilliland and others.
JT?
Cars involved. The 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 19, 24, 41, 43. I was about to pull the 5, 6, 7, 8, but there's no 5 involved. Next time, guys.
I'm just going to say, by the way, get Tyler Reddick off the track. He just came at full speed out of 3 and 4 and almost collected the safety trucks. What is he doing? Trying to catch the pack up, but you don't go full speed to the danger zone.
Also, 2016, we had a big one here with Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart. I'm trying to remember some others that were involved there. I think Brian Scott. And then here's a name that you haven't heard of in a long time. Dylan Lupton got wedged up against the wall in that crash. I knew that would get a reaction out of you. Yeah.
That's the name I've not heard since last year.
Yeah, I knew that was going to get a reaction out of you at the very least. Yeah, Dylan Lupton, not one that you've heard from very recently.
He just appears out of nowhere halfway through the season and does a couple of races every year. That's always what I've known about him. He finished off the season for AM Racing after Hayley Deegan got fired.
Where is she now?
Last year. Indy Next. You wouldn't notice her, she's at the back the entire race.
Let's get out of pit road.
From your seat as you watch the replay.
I have no idea what happened still. Obviously I saw him crashing and we were all, just stacking up trying to get stopped. And then after the wreck was over, I thought we were done wrecking. And I was just trying to squeak by and I guess somebody didn't know I was down there. Yeah, I guess Kyle just didn't know I was to the left. And we were, whoever was next to me and myself were trying to kind of get by the accident. So we were, coming through there at a decent rate. And unfortunately, Kyle just didn't know that we were on the bottom. So hate that, had a good start to the night and just slowly unraveled until it finally fell apart. So hopefully we get on a better stretch starting next week.
Unfortunate end to the night for Chase Elliott. Marks his first DNF of the 2025 season.
Well, last week was his first finish outside of the top 20 all season, and now first DNF this season. By the way, Pierre Moss is with us in the chat section on Mixler. He says, what an awesome cookout that was.
I like that
Oh,
one.
dear.
We burnt some burgers and hot dogs in that accident.
Look how fast the 7 goes in.
Yeah. No, don't take me out of the race, dog. I can still race.
Like, you cannot tell me that was not targeted.
What, the 7?
And then you got Chase Briscoe was the one that he hit.
Thing is,
Briscoe is the only driver that has finished top 10 in every short track race this season, and now that's in jeopardy tonight.
It all starts with Kyle Busch hitting the side of Chastain. It just does not stop at all. It's just a mad, mad race to come in. Now, I have just muted you guys for a split second because I'm trying to find something. Sorry, you're on there now. Hello. I'm just trying to find something. I can hear you guys with the talkback. Oh. No, I don't know why, but I can actually listen to you and keep on the broadcast. I don't know how that's possible.
Valid.
Hang on a minute.
I did just see an image of the crash that Matthew Owens referenced on my Twitter timeline from the COT era.
Go on.
I did just see that picture of that insane pile-up we had a few years ago.
Okay, I'll come up to
back in the theatre.
I'll come up to the Combox cam in a second once I get this sorted, because for some reason my laptop, which has been a bit dicky this morning, has not put us on external headphones. There we go. Are you ready?
That was a perfect reaction from you, Owens.
Alright, are you ready? I think this song sums up exactly how much we love NASCAR right now.
I like short tracks. You'll see more wrecks and about 1 million screaming rednecks and old Jeff Burton. Poor Mike Skinner. Well, they done forgot what it's like to be a winner. And Ken Schrader still ain't sure who his sponsors are. Vroom, 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 vroom. I love NASCAR.
Have you ever heard of that song, Matthew?
It still does not cure my hatred for country music, I'm sorry.
Is that the American version of Stock Car Racing is Magic?
Okay.
Oh wait, that's the US national anthem because they play it before every single event.
You have opened the door here.
We've opened a rabbit hole.
I'm going to walk through this door, and I'm going to send a link to the short track rap from 1989.
Okay.
Oh, so this is the new Stock Car Racing is Magic.
Where are you sending it? Oh, here we go. Right, here it is. I'll play it now.
This is from the ESPN telecast of the 1989 Holly Farms 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Ron Jenkins, Ed Jarrett, Benny Parsons, Dr. Dick Bergman, and Dr. Jerry Punch back in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, as we bring to an end the short track racing of the 1980s, Benny.
And I made a mistake, Bob, because, you know, all sports has a song about it, right? Well, I'll mention that to some of our producers, namely Neil Goldberg and Conrad Picciarello, that we needed a theme song or something that was stock car racing. They came up with a short track rap.
Boy, little did we think that something concerning auto racing, and especially short track auto racing, could result in a rap, but it did, and here it is.
This should be fun.
When you're driving around at 110 and you pull up behind someone think is your friend, you pull alongside just to make a clean pass, and the next thing you know he takes you to the grass. Short track. Short track. They're not too fast, but they're not real slow. The walls are real close when you're running to
Welcome to the JBMotorsports broadcast YouTube chat.
You better be prepared to do some real quick changes. Short track. Short track. Dale, Rusty, Markdale, Bill. They're running for the cup to make a real big kill. The stakes are real high on these real small tracks, so you better be prepared to do a short track rap. Short track.
The American version of the Le Mans singing, everyone.
Oh my lord, that was so good.
I tell you what, that's our new intro for the short track races.
That was so good. That was the race at North Wilkesboro in '89, where Ricky Rudd and Dale Earnhardt spun together, racing for the win on the last lap, and Jeff Bodine snuck through and won. And that's basically what got Rusty Wallace the championship in '89.
Well, go on, restart. Go on quickly.
I've just seen an onboard quickly. Cody Ware was trying to wreck Nemechek. He was trying to wreck. Of course he was. He failed, but he got into him a few times. Good on him, though.
Short track racing. Going green. We're racing.
Don't do that again, please and thank you. Sincerely, everyone in the YouTube chat.
3 times through now, we're going round the outside and towards the first corner. It's a good restart for Bubba Wallace, and this time they've kept it clean as we head down towards 3, Matthew. So far, so good. They're not going to mech up this time.
It's got the whole shot on the restart, and now Hopscotch is away from the field. It is a fist fight for second behind it between Daniel Suarez and Ryan Blaney. Suarez keeps it wound up around the top as Blaney drives it down on the inside of Suarez into turns 1 and 2. They'll slingshot onto the back straightaway. Behind that duo, Ryan Preece and Austin Dillon race wheel to wheel for the 4th position. Alex Bowman is back there too. As the leader is still Wallace, it's still wild and woolly in this pack.
Yeah, and guess who's causing it? Kyle Busch getting loose and touching the side of the 6 and getting him a bit more loose, almost causing yet another big one as they come out. And Suarez swings it round the outside, takes over 2nd position away from Ryan Blaney. And then we've got the Austin Dillon coming back up as well. So that 3 might still be ready for a terrorist maneuver in about 13 laps time for some crucial stage points.
But the best car off the restart has been Wallace, who has tiptoed away from the field. He was 2nd in stage 1, heading towards a stage victory here if he can keep it as is for the next 13 laps and change. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell drives it hard into the turns 3 and 4, gets to the inside of Kyle Larson. This is the scrap for the 9th position, and arriving on the scene, the back of those two, is Kyle Busch and Carson Hocevar.
Red flag, everybody. Watch out. Kyle Busch is a walking disaster at the moment as he's still slapping around everywhere. Hocevar is now going to be under pressure. But Busch goes high, gets ahead of Christopher Bell. And as if he was Larson just sliding so much. The car looks completely undrivable right now. How old is his tyres? He's drifting left, right, and centre. Hocevar comes down low. Kyle's got so much more traction on the outside line. He's trying to put his foot down. And everybody, this is a true testament right now as who's on fresher tyres and who's on old tyres.
Josh Berry knifing his way through traffic, getting by Todd Gilliland and Ross Chastain. He latches onto the back bumper of Denny Hamlin. Shane Van Gisbergen is back here too. As meanwhile, Hocevar, just breaking into the top 10, goes after Kyle Larson and Joey Logano, who are side in front of him. This is 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th with Christopher Bell. 3 wide behind them with Keselowski, Byron, and Hamlin.
Oh, the 21's coming in on the way of Josh Berry as well to punch the 11 back through. Do not take that for granted. 10 to go, Jack.
I just wanted to say, considering the amount of wrecks there have been, Carson Hocevar has been incredibly quiet this race.
Well, now you've done it. You've said the key word in about a
waiting to just absolutely annihilate Larson in the rear right now.
Not only has he been quiet, he has been clean. He just cleanly got around Joey Logano, and now here on the main straightaway, JB, he muscles his way to the outside of Kyle Larson. Hocevar putting on a show-savar right now as he moves up into 8th.
Larson is going to get a bit fed up now. He cuts back in behind. He's going to try and get the toe on him because they both have got to go after Cindric. Look at Busch!
Yeah, that 8 car has been higher than just about anyone all night tonight.
Like the driver.
Yes. And now 3 wide again behind him with Byron, Logano, and Bell.
Why is these lot still stuck together despite the wreck? That's quite weird. How did Byron end up behind Busch?
Out of the race, by the way, Justin Haley, Chase Elliott.
Oh, there's our 2 officials then so far.
Officially out now. Also the benefit of being a host of our fans, you can't be mad when you wrecked your favourite driver.
The nose of the 8 and 24 cars, Busch and Byron, damage to the nose of both of these cars, but they battle hammer and tong here for the 10th position, and Byron maneuvers his way around Busch, so Byron moves up into the top 10. He has more top 10 stage finishes than anybody in the Cup Series this season, and he's up to 10th here with 6 to go in the stage.
SVG drops down into 21st position, by the way. He's on the back of Gilliland, just a 10th of a second between them at the moment. Now, we've had 4 cautions for 35 laps. That's only slightly more than we had here in Richmond last year in the August race. However, we've matched the amount of cautions. We will go one more for the stage break, though, in 5 laps' time, as Bell tries to get through on Busch. And I don't think Busch is going to make this easy. I stand corrected.
Keep it wound up around the top the way he always does, but Bell just slices it to the bottom and makes the pass. Then Busch lost the rear on the exit, but he's still got a great run down the straightaway. But Bell should dispatch of the 8 car here, and does for the 11th position. Meanwhile, we were talking about Kyle Busch. What about his teammate, JB? Austin Dillon just lying in the weeds here, just as he did in this race last year, before exploding onto the scene in more ways than one, running in the 4th position right now.
This is going to be, I think, he wants to repeat from last year, where he kept the win, but lost the win to count for the playoff.
And, you know, Austin Dillon, by the way, he's trying to make the playoffs. The only way he can do it is with a win, but he only has 5 career wins. 3 of his 5 wins have come on the 2 racetracks remaining in the regular season, Richmond and Daytona. So,
why am I not surprised?
If Austin Dillon is going to make the playoffs, he comes to a good couple of tracks for him to try to do that. Kyle Busch just lost another position. Denny Hamlin was able to angle his way around as we are coming to start the last lap of the stage, and Darrell Wallace Jr.'s lead is a comfortable one at nearly 2 seconds. He's up on Daniel Suarez.
Another stage win coming up for him as Busch tries to go low to take ahead of Hamlin once more. This is 1 to go in the stage. Busch can't get the traction out as well, but it's been perfect for Bubba Wallace. He'll take stage 2. Matthew Owens comes out towards 3 and 4 towards you.
Yeah, so he is playoff eligible through his win at Indianapolis, and this is going to be a major stage win for him. Green and white checkered flag waving. Darrell Wallace Jr. one underneath it. It's his 3rd stage win of the season. That's an extra playoff point for him. Suarez is 2nd. Blaney is 3rd. Austin Dillon is 4th. Alex Bowman is 5th. That was a tight race at 6th. Priest holding off Hocevar, Cindric, Byron, and Larson.
Stage 2 complete then. It was a bit messy towards the end after nearly 200 laps of green flag running. But the big one happening on the short track. Yeah, that's how it happens. A chance as well for Byron to wrap up the championship for the regular season. He's currently 71 clear of Chase Elliott.
Yeah, he could do that tonight for sure in that 24 car. Can just go to Daytona not having to worry about that, which would be a big relief for the 24 team. But I tell you, I think consistently tonight, now that we have had some cautions to break up the wild strategy that this race threw at us through the first 175 laps, I think we could say fairly confidently that the best car here is this 23 car. Darrell Wallace Jr., who's never won multiple races in a season in his career, I would have to say, good chance of winning race number 2 of the season here tonight.
Just notice on the flag stand.
3 past 16.
They're not waving the yellow flag right now on the stand. Now it gets going, as the official is just taking a drink. Quite entertaining. So 2 hours down, 168 laps to go in this race. 5 cautions.
And it's 2:37.
Yeah, so the likelihood of us getting to bed in at 3:30 has sort of gone out the window, hasn't it, Jason?
I don't think that was ever going to happen, to say that the average race time here is 3 hours and 3 minutes, and we got going 2 hours ago.
Yeah, but it was good that we might have got going, because that would be another hour left on the clock. So 2:37, bed by 4. That's what I was thinking. don't think... Oh, it might be possible. It depends. What do you think?
Depends what Kyle Busch wants to do in the third stage.
Fair point, actually. He is a bit of a lightning rod here today, isn't he? Coming into it. I want to say thank you, by the way, to all the people watching us on both YouTube and listening in on USRN. On YouTube, we're closing in on 10,000 viewers for a NASCAR race. One of our highest in our broadcast history.
What
for
have we got
race.
concurrent right now?
134, but it was running at 202 earlier. They've all
But then JB started playing random music.
no, it was fine. It dropped off at the end of the
And we got taken down in several countries.
Top of your screen, tight in the middle, but he said we're going in the right direction. I still need more turn. They'll try and free him up just a little bit. Bubba Wallace there in the middle of your screen. Quiet on the radio. That car, great and clean air, Dave.
Kim, the key for Daniel Suarez here is to get 4 fresh tires and fuel stop a little bit short because Kyle Busch came right around him pitting. He'll need a clean way out. Needs a little bit more rear grip on this 99 as he gets out of here.
Pit road exit. It's going to be Michael McDowell who gets out ahead of everybody else at the moment. As JT said, AJ Allmendinger is the free pass. He's taking up at the front. 165 laps to go here at the Cookout 400.
I would like to deliver some devastating news to Junior Nation. Dale Jr.'s just spun.
Oh no.
There was also apparently, I'm not watching the race, but apparently there was quite a big accident in the Cars Tour. Bit of a pile-up. Currently, Jared Fryer is leading the race ahead of Landon Lewis and the infamous Connor Jones.
I hope everybody's okay. We had a scary one.
I don't know why they're all good. I'm just watching Cody Ware's onboard right now. He gets into him one. Then again, he sends him up the track. Then a third time. Then gets into him a fourth time under caution. Cody's not happy with John Hunter Nemechek.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
No, I wouldn't be particularly happy with the guy who spun me out earlier in the race either, personally. Almost Cody can't actually wreck him. He said he hit him a lot of times, though. He had to be calmed down by his spotter as well.
What's this going on?
And my
right
cat's woken up. Great. He's sleeping this entire time on the couch, and I think he's gone straight back to sleep.
Cliff Daniels has told Carl Larson that William Byron's been forced into a two-stop strategy for the final stage due to using a set of tyres in stage 2. Interesting. Tyler Reddick down pit road. There's more work getting set off now as well as we get ready for stage 3.
I've got one from NASCAR Chasm for you.
Go for it.
Kyle Busch might just be the first guy to wreck 2 chases in one wreck.
Oh yeah, Briscoe and Elliott. If it was still the NASCAR chase for the title, the chase, that would be even more funny. This is down pit road. What are we watching here? Oh, that's a staller. But is that that's Bell? Bell was in trouble.
You hear the crew chief saying, hey, we do not have
the tire
this left front
attached.
tire tight on the race car. Back it up. Don't go on the racetrack. But he has lost. That was a good call, but he has lost all of this track position.
So, Christopher Bell had the front left tire not attached, Jack, as he came in. And they didn't let it go on the track because that would have been a bigger penalty. But my God, that's dropped him right back. So lap 230 to 400, this is the pit strategy. Fuel window is 120 to 125 laps as they come into it. They're predicting 3 stops to come through as well. You do not want to stop beyond lap 160 in order to go into this one to go as well in this part of the stage. So this is going to be a big one to come into. If you do a 2-stop and try and half the stage, it's going to be that last quarter. You're in a bit more trouble where you do get the opportunity to have a free pit stop if the caution comes out quite late. So really, Jack, what we're looking at here is a very big opportunity for drivers to play gambles early on. This may still become a tyre strategy race.
I mean, it already was for me.
But in this final
It'll be
critical stage,
interesting.
yeah.
I've been really enjoying this race. I haven't seen what people on Twitter have been saying, but I've genuinely found this race really enjoyable. This was a lot better than Glenn. No offense to Glenn. It's just that SVG kind of annihilated the field, as he does. This has been a very, very fun race, and definitely one of my top races of the year so far, in all honesty.
I'm with you on that. This has been absolutely spectacular. We're coming to the choose then, on lap 240.
Dowell only took 2 tyres, by the way.
Yeah, Michael McDowell decided to go down low as well. That was an interesting one come through. McDowell only took 2 tyres, you say?
Yeah, only took 2, I think.
Oh. Even more critical then coming in. So, McDowell's chosen the low line. Bubba Wallace has had the high line. Bell has now dropped to 25th after that pit stop with the front left tyre not being connected correctly. Who decided to let Marty have a go in the pit stops?
And updating the car store, Connor Hall of JBMotorsports takes 3rd position from Connor Jones. Garrett Pryor still leading the race though.
Final stage of the Cookout 400 is about to get underway. A 2-stop strategy with tyres on the line. Green flag is out. We're racing once more as we head down towards turn number 1. Good restart for Michael McDowell. Come on the inside comes Austin Dillon, and he's getting a little bit loose, but is that Suarez again getting out wide? Almost whacks into the top half of Kyle Larson as they come down into turn 2. Ball at the front, Bubba's on the high line trying to come through, Matthew. Oh, and look at that! Larson nearly gets spun out by Suarez.
And McDowell trips up, gets into the side of Wallace. It opens up the door for Austin Dillon to go 3 wide for the lead. McDowell gets into Wallace again. Up the banking goes Darrell Wallace Jr. Through to the lead goes Austin Dillon.
Fabulous move as well from Austin Dillon. Timed that to perfection as all hell was breaking loose further back, and it still is as well. Coming through, I think that's Joey Logano with Cindric Kyle Larson in a battle side by side. Yeah, Logano side by side coming through as well with Larson as they fly now into turn 1 and 2 down the backstretch. JT, what a dramatic, brilliant, crazy restart.
Yeah, what a start to the final stage as here we go down in towards turn 2. We go side by side with Byron getting involved with the 99 of Suarez as well, just in front, Hosefar and McDowell for 5th, 7th and 8th.
McDowell, by the way, teammates that weren't very happy with one another after some contact at Watkins Glen last week, running right together here. Hosefar taking 4th away from McDowell, JB. And don't look now, but Alex Bowman has just squeezed up into the 3rd position. Bowman, a winner here in 2021, up to 3rd, and not wanting someone like Austin Dillon to win this race, because if it happens, Bowman goes to Daytona on the bubble.
I take it all back. NASCAR in the middle of the night in the UK is amazing racing. I think we've only had one bad race, and that was in Atlanta, where it was a fantastic race, but we all got very tired because it just wouldn't end.
We got very tired very quickly. I am exhausted already, though.
But this race is keeping us alive, very similar to the All-Star race earlier on at North Wilkesboro. It's just how incredible the tyre strategy is. And look at this, SVG getting in a battle. On the outside is Cindric, and he's trying desperately, SVG, not to hook him on the rear as Bell tries to get through on his restart by going down low. Oh.
Yeah, Bell trying to pick up that lost track position from the last caution. He's already picked up 9 spots off the restart, looking for more here, trying to get around Shane Van Gisbergen. Just ahead of all of this, Michael McDowell losing positions left, right, and center. Josh Berry gets around him. Ty Gibbs, who's back on the lead lap, moves to his inside. Joey Logano to his outside, and they spread on 3 across the track going into the corner.
Breathe as now the 54 still stays down low, but the 71 of McDowell wants to come up, and here comes Larson. Oh, the 71 gets loose and nearly hooks Logano round, and Larson slips through down low on the 71. He's bringing the 38 of Zane Smith into this. This is insane racing. It's proper old school NASCAR and a proper old school track.
And now Logano very twitchy on the rear, coming out of 4 and back into 1. Larson got into the back of him out of McDowell got into the back of him on the straightaway. Still Logano muscles his way past both of them and holds on to the 10th position. They stack it up 3 wide behind him with Bell, Cindric, and Van Gisbergen. Kyle Busch climbs the banking off of turn 4. He's alongside Brad Keselowski. This is the kind of racing we always used to get at Richmond, and it's why Richmond was always called the action track. 150 laps to go here tonight, and it's provided plenty of action in this one.
Cindric touched the wall coming out of turn 2. SVG is using that high lane to his advantage. He's learning these ovals incredibly quickly. He's done some fantastic overtaking maneuvers in the early part of this stage. But yeah, I definitely saw the 2 hit the wall, and now SVG is going to try and take the high line. On board with Keselowski, he's behind Bell, and now they're all just slotting in together. I think Keselowski now side by side with Kyle Busch, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. Busch coming through low line, and look at SVG in the battle with the 71, and he's just going to take over Cindric as well. SVG's on fire here. He can race on ovals.
He's just outside the top 10. And, you know, remember, he's won on all these road courses this year, but think about it. These road courses have had short track tendencies to them with the tire package. So Van Gisbergen managing his tires extremely well here tonight, and he is one of the few that's really using that extreme high line. Here he is running in, what, the 13th position. He's trying to take 12th away here from Cindric, or trying to fend off Cindric for 13th. This is a really good run from the Kiwi, but don't look behind, because Christopher Bell is absolutely flying on this restart to get back into the top 15.
Got to think about fuel and tyres in this strategy as well, and how crazy it's going to be as SVG still battling with the 2. That is Keselowski battling with the 71 of Michael McDowell, and Kyle Busch coming through as well. And that high line is going to be wearing out the tyres just a bit more. SVG's got to clear Cindric quickly. Let's have a listen.
This week kind of been studying Denny and also Ross the most, you know. Ross's car is probably most similar to how mine's going to be, so trying to just see what they were doing with gears. You can change gear a lot here, and it changes the car balance quite a lot, and I just, try and study those 2 guys. But, you know, different tracks might be different people, whoever stands out, and just try and emulate what they're doing, I guess.
That's SVG talking in the press conference on Friday, as we see Cindric still battling now with Bell. SVG has cleared them. He's going after the 38 Zane Smith as well, using that high line. It's still going to be push, bang, wallop everywhere, Matthew. This is great.
Yeah, and Shane saving some tire by running this outside line too, not keeping it bound up on the bottom. So Shane has really found something that he likes here, and he's getting a massive run every time he comes up off of turn. That's where he's at now, and he's going to try to use that run to get Zane Smith, and he's done it across the start-finish line. Van Gisbergen, door-to-door with Zane Smith, takes that wide entry into turns 1 and 2, gets on the accelerator middle of the corner, but Smith pulls him off of turn number 2.
SVG, the rear steps out ever so slightly. It was a bit of a slide there. Cindric still battling with Bell coming into it. Come on, SVG. Show us that you can race on ovals. Prove to the so-called fans of this sport that say you don't deserve to be here, because you have been spectacular this season, and show us that you can do it on an oval as well. Silence the haters.
This sport is going to be in massive trouble when this guy really becomes an oval master. He is such a fast learner of everything he does, and there's going to be a day, I don't know if next year, I don't know if it's 2027 or 2030, but there's going to be a day where Shane Van Gisbergen is going to be consistently racing in the top 10 and the top 5, and then for the win on ovals. And if that happens, it's a guy that can win 7, 8, 9 times a year, as he has now completed the pass on Zane Smith and moves up into the 12th position.
It's Austin Dillon.
And now NBC cannot help themselves. They have to show us what happened last year, even though we've already seen it hundreds of times this weekend on TV and social media. But yes, Austin Dillon now leads this race, and I don't know what social media is going to look like tonight if he were to win this race again tonight.
I just realised something about that finish. Did anyone else see Reddick kind of dumps Dillon after the checkered flag?
Yeah.
It's very rare you see Reddick that annoyed, so...
One thing,
he's like one of the most respectful racers on the entire grid.
I have seen on Twitter already, by the way, somebody said, if Austin Dillon wins this race, I hope he Connor Ziliches himself. I thought, wow, that was taking a bit too far. They don't let that one rest. Go on.
Can I just say, now that he's okay, I can joke about it. Connor, if you're going to get yourself injured, at least do it in the car, not getting out of it, please.
Yeah.
At least you can have a cool story if you got injured in the car. Oh, how did you break your collarbone? Oh, racing. Oh, what did you do? I got out of the car and fell.
Was that after winning as well? Let's not forget, after winning.
That's fair. Goodness me, Connor. SVG learnt from that as well. He didn't even get on his car afterwards.
SVG, of course, won with a broken collarbone a week after, and now on his racing return. So now, next week, Connor's just got to try and win. Hello, that's Reddick coming in.
Assuming he races.
Reddick,
I'm Connor, I'm
yeah.
sitting Daytona out.
Really?
Well, if I'm Connor Zilich, I'm only 7 points ahead of Justin Allgaier for the regular season championship. He needs to at least start that Daytona race next week and then get to the first caution, and they can have someone get in the car for him.
Yeah.
But he needs the points for that regular season championship.
Forget that the race after that's a road course.
Yeah,
right, and he can win again at
and
Portland.
He can make up that points gap very easily.
So, if we say he wins at Portland, do you reckon he'll take a race off just to recover? Because he would have been locked in next round.
I think he could.
I don't think. I think those playoff points. Think about where he's at right now. He is at 36 playoff points. That is already a huge number. Let's say he wins Portland because he's going to be the favorite.
Yeah.
That would put him at 41. Then if he wins the regular season championship, that's an additional 15. He would be at 56 playoff points. He could just...
More than Heim, isn't it?
I mean, he could just put it into cruise control all the way to Phoenix. So, if he can't race at Daytona, if he cannot run the full Daytona race next week, and I don't know why they would want him to, being that he's already been injured on a super speedway this year, and now with a broken collarbone, they need to have him start that race, just drop to the back, run that 20 or 25 lap first stage, get the caution, do a driver change. But he needs those points because that regular season championship, again, if he wins the regular season championship and get to Phoenix, it would seem, with all those playoffs.
It's going to be one of those weekends, isn't it, next week at Daytona. I have no idea who's on the commentary for that one, for the Xfinity race. I know you'll probably be doing it, Matthew.
I certainly hope to be, yes.
I'll probably, JT, I'll probably throw you into that mix.
But yeah, I would.
What?
I would put him in that car to start, and first caution, take him out for somebody. I'm sure somebody could get in that car and bring it home 15th or 20th. Whether that's Shane Van Gisbergen, Daniel Suarez, someone that can get in a JRM car. Speaking of Shane Van Gisbergen, he's in the middle of all kinds of madness with Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, and Austin Cindric here. They came off of turn 2 a moment ago all over the racetrack. In fact, Reddick has gone up and passed all of them, but he's not on the lead lap. So this is for 12th, 13th, and 14th. The battling here between the 2, 20, and 88.
And Suarez battling with Hocevar clears him now for 5th position as well. And SVG under pressure now from the 2. As you were mentioning, Matthew, still can't find attractions. And in fact, I think as well, we're now going to see the 2 of Austin Cindric clear the 88 of Shane Van Gisbergen quite easily. So I wonder if that high line starting to affect SVG a bit much.
Well, he should be sinking tire running that outside line versus everyone else bound up on the bottom. But is he saving the rears based on how he's accelerating off these corners? By the way, Austin Dillon has... he got the lead and he has gone 3 seconds ahead of Wallace.
It's his best track, this. It is definitely his best track.
Something that I've just mentioned... Sorry, something that I've just noticed... Wow, it's 3 AM in the morning, give me a break.
Kit Kat.
After having, I do have tons of Kit Kats in my fridge because they were reduced, so maybe. Not sponsored, but after surviving the big one and getting 2 separate speeding penalties, Ty Gibbs is 9th.
Yeah.
How?
He also has an Xfinity Series win round, Richmond, in 2022, I think it was, when he moved Nemechek out of the way.
A really good battle with then teammate Sean Hunter Nemechek, and we talked about this being no, he was not. We talked about it being a Toyota racetrack. I expected a lot from Gibbs tonight. The speeding penalty really hurt, but he has fought and clawed his way back into the top 10. There's still 125 laps of this race to run. A lot of strategy still to unfold. Who knows? It could still go his way.
You see, this is why I say that the night racing is just absolutely fantastic, because the drivers turn into animals. Every race that we have. Go on, JT.
I've just scrolled down on this website and I see at Matthew Owens PXP has posted.
What did you tweet? Have you been tweeting?
Yeah, it's just been kind of around my mind of what in the wide world of sports is going to happen on this app tonight if Austin Dillon wins this race.
I see what you did there, Matthew Owens.
Oh, look at Reddick.
Wow, Tyler Reddick.
Reddick went for him.
Yeah, he's trying to tell Daniel Suarez.
Get him, Tyler. Get him.
About that incident from earlier in the race. You're just talking about how you don't see Tyler get very high-tempered, but, well. But yes, if Austin Dillon wins this race tonight, this app is going to be something else.
I better see the same people saying he's a waste of a playoff spot that said that about SVG, because Austin Dillon is behind SVG in points currently.
Well, Austin Dillon only has 4 top 10s all season long. He's 28th in the championship standings. To your point, not only behind SVG in points, but behind him by some 35 points. So,
they're not horrendously far, but still behind.
I'm just typing
35 points and 3 positions.
Motivated slow right now. Yeah, I'd pit.
Road.
Why is it that when we get this is Aaron 77's coming down pit road, so we are going to have some pit stops coming in now as well.
That was on me, completely missed it right there, trying to get to pit road. Luke Lambert did indeed call him the lap before. He said the car just goes way too loose at the end of the run, so a little bit on the early side. You could parlay this into a 2-stop from here with 120 to go, but that would be a long run for Carson Hocevar, and they do have that 3rd set of tires that they could throw at it if they want to make 3 stops here in stage 3.
Yeah. So they still come through with the 77 with an issue down pit road. Do you want to hear some tweets, guys, about Austin Dillon that you've been wanting to talk about? Stop me if there's a replay while I read at the screen. This is the 21 coming in.
Nemechek passed through for commitment box violation.
Logano got close to being wiped out there. So, Luke Mercurial.
Yeah, on this pit road.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he was slowing. I think he missed pit road.
Yeah, you're right. You missed pit road first time by. Wow, that was a bit of a mistake. Right, Luke McHugh on Twitter. Why is it when they go to Richmond, but only for the 2nd race, and suddenly Austin Dillon turns into Dale Earnhardt? Zach Novak says Austin Dillon showing why he's the GOAT of Richmond once more.
Oh, God.
At XLukeSmith X says Austin Dillon is a way better Nepo baby than Ty Gibbs, but we ain't ready for that conversation.
I don't know if I can agree with that.
Oh, boy.
He's not more likable, I'll be honest, though.
Bowman_Sens says, out of all the seasons that Austin Dillon decides to do something worth a damn, it's the season that Bowman cannot afford new winners. You can't make this bleep up. Coming through. Austin Dillon wins, will salvage the night with a broken neck emoji. What else we got? How Austin Dillon runs at Richmond. It's a picture of Dale Earnhardt in the 3 car. And then Matthew Owens, this time if Austin Dillon wins the race with everything burning down.
Now Michael McDowell down into pit road.
They're on commercials.
4 tyres, 2 cans of fuel as normal, and good stop from McDowell. Gets away, Ross Chastain, and well, it's that livery, so he can just do what he gets on with. As Austin Dillon and Josh Berry in pit road. Austin Dillon working his way around lap traffic.
The Super Squad, Austin Dillon is at Richmond, somehow the equivalent to Shane Van Gisbergen at road courses, yes. You read my mind.
Down pit road, pulls into his pit box, good stop on the marks for the 88, a tear off of the windshield. The right-hand side done, now onto the left-hand side for the 4 tyres, and away he goes, good stop for SVG.
This one's won it, and I've even liked it. At josh_.com, as in the .com button, so the actual .com. I will refuse to certify an Austin Dillon win. I'm storing the capital.
Okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Jones, Ty Dillon and Carl Busch are all heading down pit road, which we can see now the 17 adds that as well as Busch gets away, same as the number 8. Go on, Matthew.
Should I mention off the back of that
amazing tweet,
that word from the tweet that Josh just read out? Should I mention that on July 4th next year is going to be the 250th anniversary of America, and they're planning to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. Shall I complete this joke?
I know it's going.
I am afraid that the last time that Donald Trump organized a fight at the White House, Mike Pence almost died.
I love it. I love the joke.
And finally,
Suarez.
Carry on. Oh dear.
Continue.
That will
Suarez, Bell, and Keselowski now coming down pit road.
It's
from chaos of the Dover rain delay coverage, but anyway.
And Richard Childress has told the number 3 team, when we pit, make sure we don't speed.
No kidding. Richard Childress is just
an interesting character.
I swear.
Probably the most unlikable person in the entire garage, but
yeah, he sure is.
After major balance complaints earlier in the run, as we look at Bubba Wallace, kind of sideways in his box, but finally...
They didn't go! Didn't go, Matthew! Did they attach that wheel in time? It didn't! It didn't!
No!
Oh my god.
Bubba's wheel's loose!
Wheel is actually going faster than Bubba Wallace right now.
And it whacks into the side of pit road! And
this
Bubba
is going to be
Wallace!
A caution. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. The tire has come to a stop in a pit box, so maybe it won't be a caution, but it certainly has derailed what was a spectacular night for Darrell Wallace Jr. He has stopped in a Toyota pit box, which is Chase Briscoe. Remember, this happened at Las Vegas earlier this year with Christopher Bell. When he had a loose wheel, he stopped in a pit box of another Toyota driver. They've done it here. But this has totally derailed Bubba's night, and it was going so extremely well.
Why did they tell him to go?
I believe it's a pass-through, but it's much better than the other penalties they get given if they don't do what they just did. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a 2-lap penalty and pit crew member suspended for a couple of races. But, wow.
That tyre was running faster than him, you were right. How on earth did that happen?
Race done. Landon Lewis is your winner.
So I must admit, the 19 squad, who admittedly hasn't got much to do at the moment, with Chase Briscoe down in 12th position, having just stopped. Quick work for them to actually go out there and get that on. That was superb.
And a reminder too, if that tire kept rolling down pit road and came to a stop in the actual pit lane, that would have been a caution to totally throw the running order into a blender. But because it came to a stop inside the pit box, No caution. Now we've got Ty Gibbs smoking, and we have a penalty for Christopher Bell.
Is that brake dust or is something rubbing on Gibbs there? I
A
can't quite
left
tell.
front tyre rub.
Oh, it might just be all right then. Has he pitted recently?
And what is the penalty for Bell?
Commitment box violation.
Of course,
Is that on fire?
Carson Hostevar, by the way, who pitted first among everyone in this cycle of stops,
Gibbs is
has
on
used
fire.
those fresh tires to get to the lead.
Gibbs is, yeah, JT's right. Gibbs' front tyre, it's on fire. It's caught fire. Hopefully the oxygen might put it out. No, I can see it. It's still on fire. That car is launching itself right now. They've got to stop it.
Issue that's caused this problem.
They're not stopping him. That's a surprise. I feel sorry for Ty.
So maybe a brake line has laid against the header or something that is burned, and then the brake fluid is leaking on, the headers.
Yeah, but the thing is, Matthew, if they keep him out there knowing there's a problem and he causes a caution, that's a bigger problem for penalties further on.
Well, we've seen this happen before, and the fire could go out, but I'm thinking this late into the race, and with this run being as long as it has been, and the brakes are so heated up, I don't think it will go out on its own, as they show us a replay of Bell missing the commitment box, to JT's point.
That was marginal.
Just took too much speed in and drifted the rear out too much around the corner.
Yeah, right side tires were
green.
on the box, and you cannot have a tire on that commitment box, or it is a penalty. So you've got Hocevar leading now from Blaney, Byron, Dillon, Barry. And we're at 100 laps to go. And now the penalty comes down for Darrell Wallace Jr. as well. Penalty on Wallace comes down for pitting outside of the box.
Still, that's the only best thing to come from that, as Austin Dillon now laps Byron. No, this is for position, sorry. This is now Dillon passing Byron for third place.
I says on the radio we're blowing up.
Oh well, this will cause a caution.
That would be another Toyota. So you've got one Toyota in trouble, Gibbs. Perhaps a Toyota blowing up in Heim. You had issues on pit road for the Toyota of Wallace. You had a pit road penalty for the Toyota of Bell.
His last lap time was still on pace with that of the leaders. So it's still 24, so he's not blowing up that much, he's slow. But it will start going.
Also, good to see that the 23 team and 23 car taking tyre fall off a little bit too literally.
Yep, and it goes.
Now, Ryan Blaney
was the NASCAR Chasm Classic, and the NASCAR
Ryan
Chasm
Blaney just went to the lead. Yeah, Blaney getting around Hocevar to the lead. This is the only oval where Ryan Blaney has not finished in the top 5 in his career. He now goes to the lead past Hocevar, and now Austin Dillon gets by Hocevar.
So Hocevar down to third. Byron's 1.3 behind him and will come up quick. So this race is just gearing up. 95 laps to go here at Richmond. And everything is literally blowing up.
This is so chaotic. Who could have thought we would have a race like this?
Okay, so it seems like the Ty Gibbs fire is out. That's what the team has told him, but it looks like it may have done some damage to the brakes.
Sure it did.
Do we need
By the way, Wallace has rejoined 2 laps down in 33rd.
Oh.
Still, it could be worse.
How could it be worse?
You could be Chase Elliott.
It could have been worse with a 2-lap suspension and a crew member suspension.
Going into Daytona, actually, good point.
It would have taken them out for Daytona and the playoff opener at Darlington. It would be a 2-race penalty. As Hocevar getting passed again, Josh Berry goes around him for 4th. Alex Bowman will look to follow. So again, Hocevar, who pitted earlier than everyone, used his fresh tires to get to the front. Now his tires are falling off and he's dropping back again, which has been the story of this race for everyone tonight. What an incredible race we have seen.
Oh.
The tire management has been just off the walls crazy. And I don't think any of us still know how this race is going to play out, because somehow Blaney has maneuvered his way around Austin Dillon in the cycle of pit stop. And now Dillon's starting to cut into the lead a little bit at a time.
I'm fully
Unreal.
expecting one more caution, and that'll change things again. I don't think we'll get away with it.
I gotta say, here's hoping not.
Yeah, because it's great.
Because this has been a ridiculously good race.
Worth getting up for in the middle of the night if you're in the UK. Ben Schneider just put, anyone but Austin Dillon, please.
What about Ty Dillon? We need a Ty Dillon win.
He's 21st at the moment, and just...
Never mind, not happening.
I missed Bubba's pit. What happened, says Trey?
Chaos.
Yeah, front left tyre was not secured when he went. The wheel came loose in the pit box. Bubba stopped at the 19 garage. The tyre stopped behind him, so they were able to reattach it, and he's just been given a pass-through for stopping in the wrong pit box. He got away looking. Very lucky.
Still ended up basically with a 2-lap penalty. Yeah. Because he's 2 laps down, but no pit crew member penalty.
Didn't he start that? No, he didn't start that pit sequence 1 lap down, did he? He was on the lead lap near the front.
He was on the lead lap, yeah.
He was near the front of he was leading, wasn't he?
So, got the 2-lap penalty, but not the 2-race suspension. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
But it still is terrible for him, because I think he had the best car here. He certainly had one of the best here. Had led a bunch of laps, 2nd in stage 1, 1st in stage 2, and
he's led. He's actually led the most of anybody today, 123 laps, and led 4 times.
And we were talking earlier about what an amazing stretch he's been on. Average finish of 5.5 over the last 4 races coming in. And not going to be that way tonight. So let's see, where are we at here, guys? We're at 85 laps to go, just about. All of these leaders have at least 20 laps on their tires. Josh Berry at 4th has 30 laps on his. Carson Hocevar at 9th has 36 laps on his. So everyone's going to have to pit at least one more time. The question will be, will it only be one more time? If there's a caution, we know everyone will pit. But if it stays green from here, I think
we're
only going to have one more stop. I think.
It's so hard to tell, because earlier on Ryan Priest was running every 40 laps, coming in and changing tyres. And he's got an extra tyre set left, of course. To Nathan's point here in the chat, more night races NASCAR. The drivers are nuts and so enjoyable. Well, we've got one next weekend in Daytona.
Yeah. We have this stretch of night race. We've hardly had any night races this year, and now we have a big stretch of them here. This one tonight, then Daytona. Darlington is Sunday night, and then after Gateway, Bristol is Saturday night. And then they've moved Las Vegas in the playoffs this year to kind of, sort of a night race. It's going to start at 5:30 Eastern time. So it's going to be a night race for the Eastern time zone, but not locally, because it'll start at 2:30 local time out there.
Oh, I'm going to be just running on fumes for the last couple of months. It's never nice, is it? Getting in. Playoffs looking good. I'm looking forward to the playoffs.
Oh, I can't wait. I just can't wait.
I really hope it's good.
I know there are people that just hate the playoffs with a passion, and I get it. I get why one would feel that way, and yes, it could be better, and we may have it tweaked next year or the year after, maybe, but it just provides the most sensational of bits of drama and storylines. By the way, Pierre Moss, with us in the chat section on Mixler. Great to have you with us, Pierre, on a Saturday night. He says, this race is nuts. And he said, we could have at least 2 more cautions. Well, as Carson, host of our pits, by the way, here with 80 laps to go, if JB is right and we get 1 more, then I think we're going to be guaranteed 2, 3, maybe even 4 more after that.
Let's get out pit road.
Here in stage 3. When I asked him how he is at saving tires this morning, Kosovar told me as I drop it on the right side, he said, I'm an all-gas, no-brake guy, so I'm not great at saving tires. He said it goes way too free, too early in the run, and with 79 to go, they'll kind of split this last run in half, Steve.
Execution. So they dropped it, Matthew, coming in on the right side. That's unbelievable.
Drop the jack on the right side. Well, the car didn't fall off the jack, but the jack was not pumped up properly the first time. So that's a big loss of time and track position there. But now he's going to be feeling like Superman on these 4 fresh tires for Mr. Feel-Goods, as we used to call him back in the day. As Austin Dillon keeps getting closer to our leader, Ryan Blaney, it's down to 2/3 of a second, that gap.
I'm just saying, out of curiosity, why don't they have air jacks anymore? That we've had. We get it in IndyCar. Get the air jacks.
We over in NASCAR, we like making the crew members do their jobs and
Freeze believes he's losing brakes
for everything. Oh goodness. Yeah, in playoff world, Priest is 1 lap down in 21st. And Chris Buescher, where is Chris Buescher?
I don't know, that's the first time we mentioned him all day.
23rd.
Yeah, I know. 23rd, so not, they've really played it to a draw, those two. But again...
Also, JB, incorrect. I mentioned pit stop.
Oh, okay. one pit stop. Go on.
But just to mention that about Buescher and Priest, they basically played to a draw at this point. But their situations change as dramatically as possible if a guy like Austin Dillon wins this race. Or
yeah, they're basically out of it.
Yeah, Suarez or Keselowski or someone like that wins the race.
Dillon's right
that would knock Buescher below the cut line. And yes, Austin Dillon, as he and Blaney are having to maneuver race traffic here, Dillon has gotten very, very close to the back of this 12 car. Ryan Blaney, who won earlier this year at Nashville, which, by the way, was the last win for a Ford in the Cup Series. Wow. Was that race at Nashville back on the 1st of June. It's been a long drought for the Blue Oval. And he's got a bow tie bearing down on him here in Austin Dillon. And Jesse Love on fresh tires, slicing past both of them.
This is going to be a bit of an interesting run now as well, because when do you stop if you're the leaders?
Look at all these Childress cars around Blaney. Jesse Love and Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon. All 3 Childress cars around the 12 car.
Oh, Blaney turns in, doesn't know that Kyle's there, and that gives an opportunity to Austin Dillon to go side by side with him.
Of course it was Kyle Busch.
Austin got helped a bit by his 2 teammates, and now he's elbow to elbow with Blaney coming up out of turn 4. And it's a dead heat for the lead with 70 to go.
31 thousandths at the line, Matthew. That's how close it's getting right now. And Dillon's on the inside line. That's going to be close to a rear hook. He's going to pick out of it. My goodness me. They're running like crazy right now. But this is Dillon's great track. But Ryan Blaney,
just move him.
He's had no top 5s and 17 starts here. It's only over with no top 5 finishes.
And Austin Dillon is bearing down on him here. And he's taking a very acute angle into turn 1 here, Dillon, as he's going to try to wedge his way to the inside. Blaney loose in the middle of the corner. Dillon accelerates out of turn 2, right underneath the spoiler of Blaney. Now Dillon dives it to the inside and
trying to
got
get
back out of it.
Yeah, he's lifted.
Side
now
by side.
Trying to put the power down on the inside, down towards turn number 1. Can he have the traction? It's getting a bit too tight for my liking, but Dillon's picked it up in the second phase. Blaney's sliding out the rear. Dillon should have this one covered into turn 3 and 4. Come on, just go down low. Keep the power down, then drift it up at the exit. Blaney's trying to keep him in there. And now that's bringing in, that's not Bowman, that's the 51 on the fresher tyres coming through.
Cody Ware, he's lapped, he's fine.
Yeah, and Ware is catching these guys up. He must have a lot fresher tires in these two, and this is going to affect this battle for the lead on where Cody Ware with fresh tires goes. And Ware has nowhere to go.
Guide Blaney here, because they're both full.
Blaney has a nose in front going. Clear Dillon and Blaney.
Over the line, Dillon's got no help at all. Everybody's watching. Oh, they're still touching, aren't they? This is insane. 67 to go.
Blaney pinching him down, trying to keep that 3-car bound up on the bottom, but Austin chiseling away at it, drifts up off the yellow line in 3 and 4. Blaney keeps his foot in it, keeps the lead.
This is fantastic.
This is tremendous.
Michael says, Dillon, don't do it. Don't do it. That's the thing.
I don't think he's going to wreck him. Don't worry about that.
But now you've got Chastain who's just come out of the pit lane on fresh tyres. Wisely gets out of the way. Oh, no, he's boxing. He's
nudge
boxing.
him. Give him that nudge.
Oh, look, Cody's got out. Cody's got out.
Yeah, and there goes. Now Blaney's got to be smart here to not get held up by Cody.
Yeah, because now Dillon's going to get the toe off of Cody. Coming into 1 and 2. It hasn't how we've had it. SVG's into the pit lane. So good call, Gary, who's in our YouTube chat, to call that he needs to pit. He's boxed now. Dillon's still side by side though. The 3 and the 12 have been side by side so much around these 4 corners. Well, 3 times 4 is 12, so we get that into nicely at the moment.
I respect Austin. He's usually used to the bumper by this point.
This is such good racing. This is the kind of racing we used to always get at Richmond. And this is so good. And after all the complaining about the track racing this season, I am so thrilled that we are all able to watch this kind of just fist fight of a race. And I'm so happy for Richmond Raceway to have this sellout crowd. And this crowd witness this knockout, bare-knuckled bout between Austin Dillon and Ryan Blaney, because this is tremendous racing as they come up out of turn 4. Blaney still with a nose in front, but on the way to turn 1, Austin Dillon throws down the gauntlet and tells Ryan Blaney, play again. I will play. Side by side they remain, going to turn 3.
Chastain gets ahead as well. That'll give the toe to both of them. The gap at the line last time by was 23 thousandths. This time by over the line, it's 51 thousandths. It's just, they are time and time again catching and passing and braking. It is amazing running as well. Ronald says he's new guy, you love the channel. I'm glad you do because this is great racing. And now look on the inside line. That's the 77 going through. Dillon's locked into the middle line. Blaney gets loose.
Blaney got loose.
Yep. So Hosamar on fresh tires got below both of them, and that affected Blaney's line on the end. He got higher than he wanted to be, higher than he has been in this battle, and Dillon goes through. And with 60 laps to go, Austin Dillon leads with Richmond again, and now he's going to come to pit. There he goes. So he gets the lead, gets that little bit of an advantage on him, and then let's come to pit road.
59 to go. Kim.
They quickly jumped on the radio, said pit now, want to be the first to pit last if possible. No major complaints from Austin. That car so good on the long run. Looking for what could be the money stop here for fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel.
Great job from Austin Dillon to get out around the 42. I thought.
Yeah, because the 42's coming to the pit lane as well. He's got out nicely. Several cars are down pit road at the moment. So Blaney's going to get a lap on him here. You get about a lap and a half disadvantage if you're the car pitting. But you gain that back over the course of 10 laps. So it will be an advantage to pit first.
This is the best short track racing we have seen since the playoff race at Martinsville last year.
Yes.
I think it's better.
And it, it might be.
I think it's better. I think it's... I mean, the best short track race of the next gen era is obviously that chaotic Bristol race for me.
Yeah, I was in the commentary box that one.
We all. I don't know if I was in the commentary box for that one.
I think I was solo.
I might have been.
I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember.
Now,
what it was.
I might have been. Not sure.
When are they going to pit this 12 car is a fascinating question, because Austin Dillon, already on fresh tires, has just roared around to unlap himself.
Now, it's got to be now.
But remember, Dillon pitted with 59 laps to go. The longer Blaney can stay out here, he will then have more tire life on the south end of the run. But you're right. Here comes Blaney in this matte black number 12 to pit road.
Kim.
And for Ryan Blaney, looking for not only his first win at Richmond, but what would be his first top 5 here at this short track. They've gotten that car turning to Ryan's liking. They are done with that stop. Wow.
Alex Bowman brings a 48 to his pit stall. He said it was a little bit freer this run, but still pretty good for the 48 driver.
48 pitted as well. Blaney leaving. You're going to see on the 48 on the right. Blaney's going to hold serve to the 48. Now the question is, how far up the road will the 3 of Dillon be?
Yeah, where is Austin Dillon? You can see on the driver tracker where he's coming out to now. This is absolutely madness. This race. Here he is coming out of 4.
Goodness, he's so far ahead of Blaney. It was only a 3-lap difference. Oh my goodness, JB, those 3 laps turned out to be about a third of a lap.
I mean, I can't believe that. That is insane. How on earth is slow? What was the times coming through for Blaney on the last time by? I'm trying to find his time.
It's basically the length of the backstretch. It's basically the length of the backstretch that Dillon is ahead of Blaney by. So those 3 laps. But again, what happens on the south end of this run when Dillon's tires fall away and Blaney, his tires will be 3 laps fresher? But it is basically the length of the backstretch, the lead, and that is about 860 feet if you want to measure it.
This is fantastic. More cars coming down pit road as well. We'll bring you that shortly. That's why we've got the full cam open for the driver track and see where they are in the pit lane and where they filter out everywhere else. Many people are saying, is this the race of the season, a contender for race of the season? No, I think it could be. This has been one of the best of the year.
But
oh, it's absolutely up there.
I know.
I think,
for me,
I don't know. I don't quite know if it eclipses Coda or the second Atlanta race, but it's really good. It's right up there.
And we've got Daytona next week.
And of course, the Coca-Cola 600, I think, may have been the best of them all so far.
That was classical, yeah.
Michigan was really good.
John Hunter Nemechek has gone to the garage.
Oh.
It's been a tough night for Nemechek.
Cody Ware is thinking karma.
Kyle Larson makes his final stop with 50 laps to go. We're still waiting for Brad Keselowski to come to pit road. So the difference, I'm going to try to see at the line, the difference between Dillon and Blaney is 7 seconds.
7 seconds? Eternity. Absolute
Here's Keselowski pitting from the lead. So Austin Dillon retakes the lead, and as he clips the line, there are 48 laps to go.
Where's the 48 actually in comparison? He stopped early on.
Could he do this again? It'd be unbelievable. Now, Carson Hocevar, remember, who pitted earlier than everybody again, is now up to second. He's 5 seconds behind Dillon. And you know, what has gotten lost in the shuffle, and it's gotten brought up a lot this week, is before Austin Dillon went crazy and dumped 2 drivers in the stretch of 2 corners to win this race last year, remember, he was going to win it on merit. He had the lead and was driving away from everyone in the final laps, and the action came out. But he was going to win it on merit. And again, Richard Childress Racing and this 3 team have come to Richmond this year with a really good car. And the other thing I think's interesting about it, Kyle Busch has been good, not great. He's 11th. But this 3 team Came loaded for bear once again at Richmond.
Yeah, once again, perfect and completely on it. And I think I said last year it was wrong what he did, but he was the right winner of the race. And that's what I said last year in the commentary. I can't remember, Matthew, if you were with us last year. I think you were.
I was there.
I know you were there. I know JT was there.
I just shouted "whoa" when he dumped Logano.
Yeah.
Because I expected him to get physical. I didn't expect him to full-on dump the guy.
And then he goes and hits Bush as well. Here's your Daytona schedule, by the way, as well. Oh, it's gone. Sorry.
It's gone.
I was about to read it for you back at home, but it's disappeared. I have got it somewhere. If you give me 30 seconds, I'll go through. Who's that getting pushed off pit road?
Ty Gibbs.
Okay. This is all British summertime. That's not going to be helping you Americans over there, so I'll just forget it. We'll be covering the Cup, practice and qualifying, the Xfinity race, and the Cup race.
Well, I'll tell you, Xfinity qualifying Friday at 3, Cup qualifying Friday at 5, Xfinity race Friday at 7:30, Cup race Saturday 7:30.
And there you go.
And that is
and let you all know that all of those times are very fluid and subject to change because it's Daytona in the summer. We know that we're going to go in with some kind of rain chance. We just don't know how much of a chance.
That, by the way, is qualifying for Cup 10 p.m. BST. Half midnight green flag-ish estimated for the Xfinity on the Saturday morning BST, and then half midnight estimated again for the Cup race Sunday morning, as it's Saturday night over there, as Matthew mentioned. Post far down the pits.
Wow, pitting again, so 3 stopping this stage.
Marty Schneider.
Diff, you got to give credit to Luke Lambert for throwing the Hail Mary here with Carson Hocevar, trying to do the 3-stop strategy in stage 3. I think a couple of execution issues trying to get to pit road, and now a second execution issue, back-to-back stops where they've had to re-jack up the right side of the car for the 77. That doesn't help. And I think car-wise overall, they've gone way too free, way too early in the runs. But they tried something at least to get the 77 up front. We'll see where he cycles out of this third stop in stage 3.
To be fair, though, it's been 40 laps. That surprised me, actually, about how quick that run actually came through. He took all the other pit stop cycles in order to get it traction. But again, that jack falling.
That might be a jack malfunction at this point rather than a mistake. By the way, I can tell you Ryan Blaney is catching Austin Dillon. What I am interested to know, and I don't think there is a way for us to know, I think some of it, well, first off, Dillon's in a lot of traffic, but I think some of it is Dillon has backed off the pace a little bit to try to save some tire, but he's also getting blitzed left, right, and center. Brad Keselowski just got by him, Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs. A bunch of cars just swarmed Austin Dillon.
They're going to try and save it for a late race caution here, and Austin Dillon will have last year playing in his mind. Not what he did, but the overtime that came into it. You don't want that again.
Because remember, he would not have had to have done, or he would not have felt he had to do what he had done had he not really made a terrible restart.
And then Haas and Burton managed to nick his win a week later.
Yeah, right.
Jeff, your little boy has done it.
But again, there are so many drivers and teams that just do not want Austin Dillon winning this race, like Chris Buescher, like Ryan Preece, like Alex Bowman.
Dillon winning this race.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Look at Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle Busch ripping it around the outside on fresh tires. AJ Allmendinger as well. Allmendinger, by the way, has rebounded quite. He is 14th after his early struggles, and when he gets around Austin Dillon here, he'll be back on the lead lap if he gets around Austin Dillon.
He's been having a classic race, I think, AJ Allmendinger.
This is classic.
Yeah. Matthew, are you with us next weekend, or have you got Seth back with you?
That is a good question. I suppose we'll find out during the week.
That'd be fantastic if we can get you for a Daytona. Love that.
Then again,
It's so good that I'm strapped down to this seat during Daytona and Talladega races by this microphone, or I'd be pacing the whole time.
I have a wireless headset, so I am usually walking during the commentary.
We need to get Matthew one of these XLR wireless adapters on the bottom of your, that you clip onto the bottom of your microphone, and then you can be wireless.
Oh,
then again, would it be a good idea to have the mayor of Indianapolis on a Daytona broadcast?
Yeah, a good idea, to be fair. I mean, a bit of conflict of interest, maybe, but yeah.
By the way, Chase Briscoe has fought his way back up to 10th, trying to keep his perfect record of finishing in the top 10 on short tracks this season up.
I must admit, I think for Chase Briscoe, it's been a disappointing season for him. I expected so much more from what he's actually delivered in that 19 car.
I think there are people that are in your corner on that, but at the same time, remember, 19 car with Truex had not done a ton of winning the last year and change.
Yeah. I'll admit that.
But, you know, I'm sure he would have stepped in and said he'd want more than one win, but he's running really well. And we'll see what he can do in the playoffs.
I can't remember him mentioning it. I can't remember. It was on the Grid Tonight show, so it was this week that, you know, we finally had a car that works well on super speedways, but it doesn't work on short tracks. I think this is the first time we've seen this new gen car work on short tracks really well.
And all the talk about the next gen car on short tracks is Goodyear has got to bring a soft tire. Goodyear has got to bring a tire that wears down and falls off. Clearly they have that tonight, and that's where Goodyear... I hate when people blame Goodyear for everything. Goodyear is in such a tough box. Because all of these tracks, we can say all of these are short tracks, just bring the short track tire. But they're all different.
Yeah.
Bristol is incredibly different from Richmond, as Iowa is incredibly from Martinsville. But tonight, it's really clicked. This tire on this surface on this track.
I'm loving it. Well done, Goodyear. Well done, the teams. Well done, the strategists as well, for throwing the curveball and actually being brave enough. Now, Ben Schneider, I don't know if you're going to tweet this, but he's put in our grid Slack chat. Are you ready for this? Someone throw something on the track, man. I can't stomach this blue-collar team and totally not silver screen driver winning this race. Brackets, don't actually. I'm just saying, for once, I would really like a caution. Close brackets.
By the way, we were talking about the ramifications if Austin Dillon wins this race, what it would do to the playoff picture going to Daytona. Listen to this. Chris Buescher came in plus 23. He would leave minus 52, and Alex Bowman would be on the bubble.
Yeah, and also, while we're talking about points, the gap between first and second is currently 67 points. So, as it stands, William Byron will take the championship.
Yeah, I was just trying to work that out.
And because of the new winner as well, Tyler Reddick would not have his playoff spot clinched either.
Okay, someone wreck Dylan, please.
Now you want it. Now you want it.
Partly because I don't like Dylan, partly because I like my boy Reddick.
Because Reddick would be plus 82 to the cut line, but he would only be plus 30 to Bowman, and a new winner would push them down. A new winner at Daytona would push them down to the bubble, and Bowman could still overtake Reddick. So yes,
then again,
Reddick would not yet clinch his spot, but Byron would clinch the regular season champion.
I think that Reddick is historically better at super speedways than
yes, I agree on that.
Bowman, though. So,
but Buescher might be better than all of them because he won that Daytona race a couple of.
True. Then again, hasn't Tyler Reddick won a Daytona in Xfinity though?
Yes, he won that photo finish Xfinity Series race with Elliott
Closest
Sadler.
finish in NASCAR history.
Right, exactly.
Elliott Sadler.
Of course, next week you have to worry about so many other people like Brad Keselowski, so good on super speedways.
Logano.
Kyle Busch. guys, you know,
Carson,
just about anybody can
Hi,
win
Dylan.
next week. Hosts of ours, Stenhouse,
Cody Ware.
Cody Ware. Yeah, you have to worry about everybody next week.
Catherine Legg.
He's not running.
Oh,
Someone
sure.
who is in the 78. Everyone, we are getting loud for McLeod.
Blaney,
next week.
sorry, Blaney just got tapped. Blaney got tapped on the bumper and he's lost a couple of places. Yes, it's 2 laps traffic, but he's dropped now 3.8 behind Dylan. That gap had closed to about 1.6, so he's lost a couple of seconds
Ryan
there.
Blaney says his car is falling off.
Oh.
20 laps to go.
Bar Ricky Stenhouse losing talent like he did last year, which he didn't have much of anyway. Austin Dillon is going to probably win this race.
So, I think
Ricky.
we need to make a question here, Matthew. Do you want the race victory call or the regular season championship call? Which is your preference?
That's a good question.
You take your preference. I'm fine with either. So you take your preference, mate.
Blaney's way loose.
Yeah, that
Blaney
car's
is
lost out.
loose.
He's begging for a caution to change tyres.
Yeah. I think while we are counting down these laps, I think some teams may need to be warned, especially the lap car teams, who may get in the way of Austin Dillon as he comes to the line to take the checkered flag.
Yeah, you will get bunted out of the way.
Yeah, it's up to 4 seconds now between Dillon and Blaney.
This is the time last year, did we say it, when the caution came out and everyone was like, no!
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It happened literally on 2 to go from my memory.
Yeah, and I was
It did.
furious.
Yeah, it did.
Wasn't it
right
John
in
Hunter
front of
Nemechek?
Austin.
It was Nemechek.
I think it was it was Ryan Priest and Ricky Stenhouse
Priest and
Jr.
Oh, that was it, yeah, because I said it's always Ricky
Stenhouse,
Stenhouse.
as I said, Stenhouse lacked
And
talent.
Yeah.
literally did happen right in front of Dillon. And we talk about Ryan Blaney's car falling off. Alex Bowman has bridged the gap back to Blaney, and now Bowman might be in position to get second.
Trent said, "You guys are great. I'm glad I found you. I'm glad you're here, my friend. I'm glad everyone is." It's I think.
Sarcasm alert.
Go on.
It's an image, so I will try and describe it to you. It is the Bubba Wallace tyre incident, and the car has the label of the email you just sent. The wheel chasing behind the car. The PDF you meant to attach.
Yeah, it's so bad.
I get it.
15 to go. And now I think that's
14 to
Dylan.
go now.
Yeah, Dylan's also having a little bit of a changeover at the front.
The only person who I can see catching Dillon right now is Bowman, and even I don't see that happening.
Yeah, Bowman's now second, by the way. Blaney's dropped to third.
And Bowman has beaten him the last 2 laps by 1/4 of a second. But he would need to do more than that to make up the 3.6 seconds in just 13 laps.
Needs an overtime.
Please no.
If a caution comes
Let
out,
Austin.
I will just say if a
I'm
caution...
fed.
Go on.
Just let Austin have this one, please.
If a caution comes out inside the last 10 laps, it will be automatic overtime. It's been every caution we've had so far today has been 10 laps or more.
However, unless it's the final lap, in which race is over.
Yes, if the white flag comes out, the next flag ends
What
the
are
race.
you on, JB?
Well, I'm looking at the timing data here in my commentary box. What have you got?
I've got 8 laps for the first caution.
8, 7, 5, 15,
7,
9.
5, 15, 9.
Yeah. Well, all right, average it out. It averages out at 10. And you can't deny that either. So
8 plus 7 plus 5 plus 15.
Got enough.
Plus
Dylan's got
9.
this.
averages out at
8.8.
I'm still calling that, rounding it up.
9 then. If you're
let's
rounding it
split
up,
the
it's 9.
difference. Let's say 9, which is effectively 10 anyway. So
Once again, regular viewers of
Bowman got loose.
JBMotorsports will know that JB cannot do maths.
No,
and
I cannot.
It
hello.
is
Look at
maths everywhere else except the
Bowman
US.
got loose.
Bowman
got really loose.
Yeah, do you see the little smack, 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 smack from the spotter as well? Was that the crew chief?
That's from the crew chief, I thought.
Yeah.
With Blake Harris, the crew chief. 9 laps to go at Richmond, and you can just, goodness gracious, you could cut into the tension with a cricket stump right now.
I was going to say it and I stopped talking because I thought I saw you move to say it. The great
Austin Dillon had some beef jerky pre-race, by the way. Maybe that is the key.
So it's not porridge or Weetabix?
To be fair though, it matches his character from last year. Oh, no one got that. That went over everybody's head.
That is Richard Gilchrist, I think.
And Dillon, by the way, here, still up on Bowman by 3 seconds. And as we're coming to 7 laps to go, he does not have to push this hard at all. He could give up. He could give up, what, half a second a lap and still win this race.
Have you decided what you want yet, Matthew?
I'm whatever you want to do.
Okay,
I am game with
helps.
anything.
That helps. JT, you decide. Because I'm happy with either. Matthew's happy with either. So who calls the race? Who calls the champion for the regular season?
I knew I made a good move, putting Austin Dillon in my fantasy.
If JT is going to choose, he probably needs
quickly.
We're at 6 laps to go.
I am spinning a wheel.
Oh, okay, that's clever. That's clever, actually. We'll come up to our full screens as we have now less time remaining in this race. Cat 3.3. This spin a wheel is taking longer than throwing a dart or flipping a coin. Come on. And they did this at the Super Bowl.
Spinning.
We'll be like...
It has landed on JB, you get the race. Matthew, you get the driver champion.
Okay, well, there we go. I'll call the race. Matthew calls the champion.
It's going to be a caution. I just know it.
Yeah. Well, hang on a minute. Let's just check in. Where is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.? He's in 23rd with Cole Custer and Christopher Bell. Okay. Well, watch out for that.
Okay, so there's another regularly scheduled caution near him. Got it.
3 to go.
Sorry, Cole.
What is it about this track and Austin Dillon?
I don't know, but he is really fast here. I know, it's like how SVG is with a road course. He just has them figured out. Austin Dillon just has Richmond figured out.
Matthew?
I don't know how he's done it, but he has.
Matthew, you get 2 to go. What on earth has this race been?
It's been sensational. And we're about to get a sensational upset win, and I don't know if it's an upset in the sense of the word upset, because he won this race a year ago, but it is going to turn everything in the playoff picture upside down. It's going to put it into a blender as Austin Dillon comes out of turn 4 and he's 1 lap away from a royal piece of Richmond redemption. He's in turn 2 for the...
At the last corner, this is going to be something special. Last year at turn 4, that very corner, it was an embarrassment. A year later, it's redemption. He's in the playoffs, and this time he's earned it. The rear slides. Austin Dillon wins the Cookout 400 to Matthew Owens.
And William Byron, the Daytona 500 winner of the last 2 years, going to clinch the regular champion with a 12th place finish tonight. Byron clinches the regular season championship.
What a race.
An additional 15 playoff points for him.
Sam, 4 seconds. I am so proud of you. Just remember one thing. Got a president to proud that just...
Yep, well, a year ago, it was misery and embarrassment and everybody booing. This year, respect Austin Dillon, who has delivered a fantastic race victory. Much like his sponsor, it was hook, line and sinker. JT, what do you make of that one?
What a race.
I told you we finished before 4 a.m.
We're not going to be off air by 4 a.m. and in bed by 4 a.m. though.
We've got 8 minutes. We might be.
I will be able to be in bed in 8 minutes if we end the broadcast in like 7 minutes because, well, I have to walk
He's burnt out the engine.
across a corridor. Meanwhile, JB has to walk through a whole labyrinth.
That is true. Jack, what do you make of it? Jack?
Austin Dillon, fair enough. That's all I got to say to you. Fair enough, Austin. I'll allow you to have that one.
Luckily now I can't hear the machinery I was hearing. I don't think it actually came from JT's side. I think my system was playing back something. I thought it was JT's spotter, but it was my side spotter.
I don't have the spotter on. I haven't had the spotter on me this season at all.
I told you on talkback to mute something because I thought I could hear the I could hear the spotter coming through saying white flag, put it out, and all that. I thought that was you lot, but it must have been on my side. Either way, Austin Dillon gets out and he's helped to make sure he doesn't fall. But he has won it, and the crowd this time will erupt for him. Let's hear down on the ground.
Good shit.
You can tell he left it all out there on the track tonight.
Hell yeah!
Austin, the way it all played out last year, how important was it for you to come back in front of the sellout crowd and do it the right way?
Man, that feels good. I got to thank the good Lord above, you know. I really wanted that one. Last year hurt really bad, just going through the whole process of it. But this one feels so sweet. Man, I love Richmond. Our Winchester Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet is really good. I was thrown out a lot this week. Didn't feel great. I'm actually racing with a broken rib right now for the last 2 weeks, and man, that was awesome.
All the emotion this team went through, the entire organization at RCR, does this year-long wait make it worth it?
Oh, for sure. You know, God has timing, and his timing is the best timing. So excited to get my wife and kids here to celebrate with us. Man, it's so sweet. My dad prayed with me before the race. He was at our hunting land doing some food plots, and it's just so special. Every one of these means so much to me, and my grandfather for all that he's put up and believing in me, because there's been a lot of ups and downs, and could have been easy for him to change the drivers in this 3-car, but today it feels really darn good.
Why Richmond? What is it about this place that makes you come alive?
Tire management. I probably am the slowest to get going on some of these tracks when it really comes to high grip. But when it comes to these places and taking care of your stuff, I'll go against the best of them.
How about doing this for RCR? Did you feel like you were carrying the weight of the entire company with you in those final few laps?
Man, we really love it and welcome North Carolina. When you cross those railroad tracks, it's all for one and one for all. So I'm really pumped to be driving for my grandfather and our family.
I think he also loves it in Richmond, Virginia as well. His brother Ty, first one on the scene, and to welcome Austin Dillon into the 2025 Cup Series playoffs.
What a race. Are we going to hear from William Byron?
They are probably about to get the trophy set up. They do have a trophy for the regular season. Let's try to get that set up, I'm sure.
Austin Dillon gets the checker flag, waves it to the fans, goes to celebrate. Who's he going to give it to? Gives it to the official and hands it. Ah, good. He does hand it to a young fan who is excited with his dad to have the checkers flag. That's lovely to see. What a race. For the regular season championship to be decided, William Byron has clinched it. To think he started his career as an esport driver. He's just won the regular season in the Cup Series. Okay, let's hear from everybody else who finished in this race as well to come into it. I don't know, I've got a feeling that Premier Sports is about to go off air, you know. which is going to be really annoying to me if that's the case. But I guess, considering he has to be up early as well, he's going to walk back in. Oh, his son's driving the car now as well and giving some donuts. That's going to be scary, terrifying. Go on, Matthew.
I've always worried when they do this, have a kid in the car. It's very loud, and it's not the safest thing in the world, but anyway.
I was right.
Oh, very good. Austin Dillon came into this race 28th in the championship standings, 212 points below the cut line.
Wow.
And I get it. There's going to be a lot of talk about should one race put a guy like that in the playoffs, but
do you want it's even worse?
We all do play by the same rules every single week. We play by the same rules.
SVG is on 464. Austin Dillon's on 460.
I get the frustration, but this is what it is, and he has won his way into the playoffs, and
oh, they are coming back.
That's how it is. Those are the rules, and that's how it is. I don't know what else. I don't know what else really to say.
Let's head down to NBC for the trophy ceremony and the regular season.
The Hendrick Motorsports driver.
Let's look into that at Daytona.
For Alex Bowman and Cummin. What did you need?
A couple favors, and I sure complained about it on the radio, but that's just part of what we do. So vented a little bit, but had a really good Ally 48 there that last run, and just burnt the tires off too much in lap traffic. Just didn't get any brakes, and it made me kind of work the rears harder than I need to. So just need to be a little better through there to get to him. I certainly think we had the better car, but unfortunately didn't get there. So Blake and all the guys did a really good job, just came up a little bit short.
Next week then, cutoff point. And you talked to us this week a little bit about being a stressor, right? So how will you handle the week and head into next week?
Yeah, certainly really stressful on a lot of fronts, but I mean, I think with the way that race normally goes, it's about a must-win at that point, because I think you're both a winner. So yeah, just need to go execute and try to win the race. That's all we really can do. Kind of looks like we can maybe get to the 45. Looks like he had a bad day, so possible there, but looks like a big gap. So just got to go to work. That's all we can do at this point, and that's what we've been doing, right? Like, we've been doing a lot of good things, and unfortunately just one spot short tonight.
A couple weeks in a row, you've been strong. What about that team and just the way you guys have come together late?
Yeah, the team, clearly we're not very popular through the garage with that last run, but still, doing a really good job and executing at a high level. So just proud of all the guys to continue to work hard and try to overcome the situation that we're in. We'll keep digging.
Alex will be one to watch next week.
And Blaney gets his best Richmond finish, his first top 5 at Richmond. You come home third. That last cycle, though, what could the team have done differently?
I don't know. I think the track changed a lot. I felt really, really good. Once we got like 10 laps into the last stage and kind of went from like 7th to 2nd, I was like, man, I'm pretty good here. And then kind of got the lead there. And then he got it back for me. I was kind of starting to go free. And then I think we stayed out like 3 or 4 laps longer than the 3, trying to have some tire at the end. And I was out there cruising around, and all of a sudden I had no right rear tire left. Like, I thought I was really trying to be disciplined of like saving tire, and I just lost it. So I have to look back and see kind of where the track went. I think it changed a little bit there, but overall, like, great showing. All of Team Penske, me, Joey, and Austin running top 5, and by far the most fun I've ever had at this place. That's for sure. So I appreciate Body Armor and Ford, Menards, Dex Imaging, Wabash, the Worth Group, everything for what they do. And yeah, really good showing for us. Looking forward to next week.
Do you feel like something clicked differently for you this race?
I always look at different ways to get around here every time I come back, and I don't think it's a secret. Like, I struggle really bad here, and we work really hard to try to figure out how can we improve. Like, how can I improve? How can we work on the car to figure out what will mesh So it's just a big effort by all the 12 boys and big group effort. And so, yeah, definitely think we're creeping up on it. Hopefully we can keep going.
Podium finish for Ryan Blaney here at Richmond.
Thank you, Kim. So, Jeff, we posed it in Countdown to Green. Could a new winner upset the playoff picture? Answer is yes.
Yes, that was the answer.
That was the answer. It was the answer then, and it's the answer now. What an impressive night by the 3-team of Austin Dillon, but, man, it did change everything.
I'm being told that we'll have that trophy at Daytona, Matthew. So the end of the regular season.
Okay, very good.
So that might be
just a couple of things to tidy this up and just think about how improbable this felt in so many ways until you strip away that Austin Dillon is just really good at this racetrack. But Austin Dillon led 35 laps in this race last year. There have been 37 races since Richmond last year and Richmond this year. In those 37 races, the laps led in those races total by Austin Dillon 1. And then tonight, he led 107 laps, which is the first time that the 3 car has led over 100 laps in a race since that famous 1998 Daytona 500, when Dale Earnhardt led 107 laps.
Blimey. One thing I do
It
love about
also-
this... Go on, JT, sorry.
It also sounds like Jeff Glock is reporting that it sounds like on Jesse Love's radio with 5 to go as he races Eric Jones, Love was told to make sure he didn't cause a caution. Richard Childress even got on the radio and said, "Don't get no trouble, back it down."
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. The trophy lifted then.
That
for
is
Austin
a big
Dillon.
trophy.
It looks like part of Richmond area, doesn't it, as well? Like a cutting of what it looks like on a map.
That's the Virginia. Yeah, Virginia on a map. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't know what it would be exactly.
Britain learns about US state shapes.
I couldn't even tell you what Grimsby looked like on a map, mate. I don't know. I know where I live, and I know how to zoom in. That's all I know.
You would be able to tell because it would be very dirty and very grim.
Oh, I'll let you get away with that because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's hear from Joe Logano.
In fact, all 3 Team Penske cars in the top 5. What was the big takeaway for you and the guys?
Just not our day, not our weekend. Had a really fast show, Pencil Mustang, probably the most frustrating top 5 you can imagine. I felt like our car was good enough to win, and got up there from the back, flat right rear tire, go back again, and then steady grind back into the top 5. And the end of the car was really ripping, but just too little, too late. Needed maybe 500 laps instead of 400, but proud of the car, proud of the effort to fix the car, but also really frustrated as I felt like we had the car to beat.
All right, so some frustration. Crew Chief Paul Wolf told me before the race, you guys really need momentum these next 2 races, meaning this weekend in Daytona before the playoffs. Despite the frustration, does this count as momentum?
Yeah, I mean, we did nothing wrong, right? Like when you look at the weekend, we did a good job at, the setup of the car was good, our pit stops were good, we managed to race well today. There was just 2 flat tires, one from practice and one in the race that were just punctures. They weren't even us being aggressive, it's just running something over. So it's, that part's frustrating, right? Because I'm the first person to raise my hand and say I don't believe in luck, but golly, we had bad luck.
Despite the bad luck Joey describes, Team Penske with a very strong showing here at Richmond.
Yeah, Kim, you mentioned it.
Yeah, thanks very much. Okay, let's wrap up this one as well on JB Motorsports. Let's get the final thoughts then coming in. Jack Stanley, what did you make of that race? I think I already know where you're going to go with it.
That was one of the single best short track races of the next gen era by quite some margin. That was a phenomenal race. Austin Dillon, I don't know what he does. I don't know if he gets possessed by the spirit of Dale Earnhardt whenever he drives at Richmond, but he just becomes near unstoppable sometimes, and I gotta give it to him. Even though I hate the guy, fair play. That was one hell of a drive.
I agree. It was a great drive as well. JT, what about you?
That was an absolutely incredible race, and well, the results of the poll is in for the this race. To the 7% of people, which is around 3.5 people, who that race was bad, I would like you to present JB Motorsports with what a good race looks like for you. Anyway, absolutely amazing race. Classic NASCAR, and well, everyone was saying after last week about how it'll get better this week because they're back on a short track. Well, I think they were all correct.
Mayor Oracle?
Well, just the total disarray that this puts us in with the playoffs heading to Daytona next week. Everyone's going to look at the cut line. So the cut line is now Alex Bowman plus 60, Chris Buescher minus 60. And everyone's going to say, well, there's not a points battle. Yes, there is. Tyler Reddick plus 89, Alex Bowman plus 60. There are only 29 points between Reddick and Bowman. If we get a new winner next week, and Tyler Reddick gets in one of the big Daytona crashes, and Alex Bowman has a top 5, top 10, Reddick would be out of the playoffs while he sits 7th in the championship standings. So we do have a points battle next week. It's just not at 16th. It's at 15th with Reddick and Bowman. And if we get a new winner, like we did last year with Harrison Burton, I mean, just think about the drivers that finished 1st and 2nd in the race last year. With Harrison Burton 1st and Kyle Busch 2nd. Kyle Busch is 148 points below the cut line. I mean, we have just taken all of it and put it in a blender going to Daytona next Saturday. And, wow.
Bring it on as well. Well, my thanks to Jack, my thanks to JT, and my thanks as well to you, Matthew, and to all 12,323 people who watched on the JB Motorsports YouTube channel, and to everybody who's listened in on USON on Mixlr. What a great race! Round 25 done then. Time for round 26. The final of the regular season is next Saturday at Daytona. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.